Now on YouTube, it's time for some alternative commentary action with the Commentary Hub.
There's headed by Moreno, and it's 2-1 to Arsenal.
Look at that pass! Goal for Manchester City!
Takes this corner, whips it in, it's headed and it's a goal, and it's that man, Gabriel.
Liverpool have equalised. Lovely improvisational touch from Curtis Jones.
Oh, what a goal! Wow, take it back!
Good afternoon and welcome to this huge FA Cup third round match between Arsenal and Manchester United at the Emirates Stadium. Well, Arsenal and Manchester United have a huge history in the FA Cup. Looking at the previous meetings, they've met a total of 16 times in this competition. Manchester United just edging it 8-7 with one draw. Some famous matches down the years. Ryan Giggs' goal in the 2-1 victory over Arsenal in the semi-finals, the 1979 FA Cup final, and a 3-2 victory for Arsenal. There really has been some classics down the years. Looking at both sides, they both have put out a very strong side, considering Arsenal's injuries, exceptionally strong. Let's take a look at the team changes. For Arsenal, Miles Lewis-Skelly, Jurrien Timber, they welcome the captain Martin Odegaard back, and Gabriel Martinelli and Kai Havertz all come in. Ricardo Calafiore is out completely. Thomas Partey is on the bench, and so is Declan Rice. Leandro Trossard is on the bench, and Ethan Nwaneri is injured. So for Manchester United, they also have put a stunningly strong lineup with just two changes. One of them being the goalkeeper, Andre Onana, drops to the bench to give Altay Bayindir some goalkeeping time. Amad Diallo also drops to the bench and is replaced by Alejandro Garnacho. So let's just take a look at the two starting lineups. For Arsenal, managed by Mikel Arteta, they line up with David Reyes, keeping his place in goal for this one. Miles Lewis-Skelly, Gabriel, William Saliba, Jurrien Timber, and David Raya, Miles Lewis-Skelly, Gabriel, William Saliba, and Jurrien Timber are the back four, the goalkeeper. Mikel Moreno, Jorginho, and Martin Odegaard, the captain. And Gabriel Martinelli, Kai Havertz, and Gabriel Jesus on the front line. For Manchester United, as mentioned earlier, Altay Bayindir deputises in goal today. It's a 3-4-3 system for Ruben Amorim, as Lisandro Martinez, Harry Maguire and Matthijs de Ligt are the common back three now, with Diogo Dalot as a wing back, Kobe Mainoo and Manuel Ugarte in centre midfield, with Nusa Mesraoui on the right wing back. Bruno Fernandes, the captain, and Alejandro Garnacho plays behind Rasmus Højlund. On the bench for Arsenal, well, they've got a couple of young players, and they've got the goalkeeper Nathan Butler-Oyedi, Jacob Kivior, Thomas Partey, Declan Rice, Raheem Sterling, Kieran Tierney, Leandro Trossard, and Alexander Zinchenko. For Manchester United, Andre Onana is the backup goalkeeper tonight. Casemiro, Tom Collier, Amad Diallo, Christian Eriksen, Tyrell Malacia, Lenny Yoro, Joshua Zirkzee, and Anthony make this a very strong Manchester United bench as well. Our referee today is Andy Madley. He's age 41 from Huddersfield, West Yorkshire. Nick Hopton and Craig Taylor on the lines. Michael Salisbury is in fourth official duty. And, well, there is no VAR today, which is good news for all concerned. Arsenal will be wearing their all-white jersey, as they do in the FA Cup third round, as they are in a campaign with Adidas, the No More Red campaign, to raise awareness of knife crime and youth violence. Manchester United will also be wearing their away shirt today, which is blue with blue shorts and blue socks. So the players just finalising the shaking of hands, The other scores in the FA Cup third round today. Tottenham have finally got the job done, I think. They're 2-0 up, in fact, to Tamworth at the moment in extra time. Dejan Kulishevsky with the second goal for Arsenal. And also earlier on today, by virtue of a penalty shootout, Doncaster beat Hull. Other games just kicking off round about this time is Crystal Palace versus Stockport County, Ipswich versus Bristol Rovers, Newcastle versus Bromley, which you can hear on the other channels on our network. Russ Vernon is bringing you that game. And later on this afternoon, Southampton versus Swansea. As we go on this afternoon. And, these two teams not totally familiar with each other. The rivalry between these two teams down the years, there has definitely been some bad blood. We've seen it so many times. Fights between Roy Keane and Patrick Vieira. Problems at Old Trafford in 1990 when the two teams ended up fighting each other. There is definitely a special kind of rivalry between these two sides, and this, without doubt, is the tie of the third round. And Arsenal now just gathering together to do their final preparations. Both sides very strong, and you can feel the atmosphere here at the Emirates. It is a proper cup tie, as Manchester United now just finally doing their final preparations. Diogo Dalot. They will be looking for revenge for the 2-0 defeat in the league a few months ago. And, Manchester United been on a bad run as of late, but did get a very impressive point against Liverpool. Arsenal had their title hopes dented even further with a 1-1 draw against Brighton due to a controversial penalty. So, bit wet and damp, but we're going to get this game underway, and Manchester United are going to get the kickoff underway. They will be attacking the goal to our left in those blue, in all blue today, all dark blue for Manchester United, as David Raya Altay Bayanda clears the ball downfield, and it just escapes everybody and goes behind for a goal kick over everybody's head. And David Raya will just take his time and play this ball out from the back, as Manchester United, they will be looking for an early goal if they can get one against Arsenal. They certainly won't want to concede an early goal with this raucous crowd here at the Emirates Stadium. As the ball is once again back to Altay Bayanda, he clears it downfield, and it's just headed back to David Raya by the number 12 Jurrien Timmer, and it's picked up by Gabriel. Gabriel holds up the ball, and he drops it back to Saliba. It's back to David Raya, and it's Gabriel again, back to Saliba one more time, and the ball is played forward. Just looking there for the number 49 Miles Lewis Skelly. It's back into Manchester United's half of the field, and it's with Harry Maguire. He goes back to the goalkeeper as Altay Bayanda clears it downfield as well. It's chested down well by Højlund. Flicks back there by Garnacho, and it's Højlund again. Just drops the ball to Nusa Mezraoui. Mezraoui drops the ball back into his own half of the field, outside of the boot, passed by Bruno Fernandes, across there to Lisandro Martinez. Martinez drops the ball back there to Maguire. Maguire over the halfway line. Oh, it's just nipped in and won back well there by Gabriel Martinelli. Martinelli just ran himself into trouble there, but the challenger Manuel Ugarte fouls him, and he gets away with that one, does Martinelli. And there's already been a goal at Selhurst Park. Crystal Palace 1, Stockport County 0 in that one, as Manchester United starting off on the front foot. It's now with Timmer for Arsenal. Timmer drops it back to Saliba. Saliba back to the goalkeeper, David Raya. And it's Miles Lewis-Skelly, plays the ball forward, and he was looking for Gabriel Martinelli, but it just goes through to Harry Maguire. Maguire just lays the ball off to Bruno Fernandes, and he drops it back to Matthijs de Ligt. De Ligt gives it back to Maguire. Maguire's got a bit of time and space, finds Diogo Dalla. Midway inside his own half of the field, Diogo Dalla just drops the ball back there, and it's cleared downfield. Really long clearance downfield there by Lisandro Martinez, but just nipping in and winning that ball back is Miles Lewis-Skelly. Well played there. Gives the ball to Saliba. Saliba drops it to Martin Odegaard. Odegaard holds the ball up. And Odegaard drops the ball back into his own half to Gabriel. Gabriel just plays the ball in field to Morena. It's a good ball to Odegaard. Odegaard out wide pass now, and here's by Kai Havertz, drops it back to Jurrien Timmer, to Martin Odegaard again. The ball is played through looking for Jurrien Timmer, but Timmer was a little slow to react, and that was comfortably dealt with by Lisandro Martinez as Bruno Fernandes now clears the ball forward, but nipping in and winning that ball back was Saliba. Gives the ball to Odegaard, good pass across there to Kai Havertz. Havertz drops the ball across there to Miles Lewis-Skelly. And the ball is played here to Saliba. Saliba drops the ball back to Timmer. Timmer plays the ball across to Gabriel. Gabriel over the halfway line to Miles Lewis-Skelly. Plays the ball forward to Martinelli. Martinelli's first touch wasn't the best, but he maintains possession. Right on the halfway line, gives the ball to Morena. Morena. Good pass to Timber. Timber to Odegaard. Odegaard. Out wide again to Jesus. Jesus gives the ball to Odegaard. Back to Jorginho. Launched in by Odegaard. Headed out there by Matthijs de Ligt. Only as far as Morena. It's Jorginho. Back with Odegaard. And now with Jesus. Jesus again. He's got Delo in front of him. He lifts the ball over the top to Jesus by virtue of Martin Odegaard, but Gabriel Jesus' cross is poor, and it goes straight into the arms of David Raya. Altay Bayinda. And the ball is back now with the goalkeeper. Bayinda again. Mike Hardiman says, "Hi Paul, I think you're lucky you know Arsenal so well because having no names and numbers on the shirts." Yes, it's. I certainly love the reason for them doing it. It's such a worthy, so much youth crime and knifings going on in London. It really does need bringing attention to, and I really love the way that they do it. But yes, with no names and numbers on the back of those shirts, it can be challenging. I'll do my very best today, of course. Here is Gabriel. Gabriel launches the ball forward, and that's headed into the air by Nusa Mesraoui. Only as far though as Gabriel Martinelli. Martinelli holds the ball up, and he just drops it back to Jorginho. Jorginho, and he does a quick 1-2 with Miles Lewis-Skelly. It's dropped back to Saliba, and here's Timber. Timber goes back to the goalkeeper, David Raya. David Raya releases the ball to Jorginho again. Across to Mikel Morena. Morena just cutting across the centre of the park. Plays it across there to Timber. Timber down the left-hand side to Gabriel Jesus. Played forward to Kai Havertz. Havertz now is down the right side himself. He tries to drop the ball back to Timber, but it wasn't the best ball. It eventually does get to Timber, and he drops the ball back to William Saliba, who gives it back to David Raya. Raya just holds the ball up, and it's across to Saliba, and there is Timber, and he gives the ball there to Martin Odegaard. Odegaard over the halfway line, and across there to Gabriel Martinelli on the far side. He's got Nusa Mesraoui in front of him. Martinelli, edge of the area there, is being tracked by Manuel Ugarte. And that was good defending by Manuel Ugarte as Gabriel Martinelli just tried to do a fancy flick past Manuel Ugarte. Ugarte wasn't buying it, and that was good defending. It goes behind for a goal kick to Manchester United. Arsenal, well, really strong squad. Mikel Arteta perhaps looking at chasing the FA Cup this year. Considering the injury crisis and the North London derby coming up, this is a very strong Arsenal side as they look to make some advancements in this competition against the current cup holders, Manchester United, who they themselves have put a very strong squad out as well. It really is a cracking cup tie we've got ahead of ourselves here. To throw into Arsenal, it's going to be taken by Jurrien Timber. And as we take a look at Altay Bayindir, getting his second look in goal this season with the tie against Spurs in the FA Cup. Not the FA Cup, rather the League Cup, where he didn't really have the best game, but he has another opportunity today. As over the halfway line is Miles Lewis-Skelly. He's got some space in front of him. He gives it to Martinelli. Martinelli, a late challenge there. That'll be a free kick. So Nusa Mesraoui is saying it wasn't. It looked to me like it was. Looked like he caught Gabriel Martinelli there. Might have been claiming that he won the ball. It was tight, but he definitely caught Martinelli. It's a free kick to Arsenal. And it's over by the touchline on the right-hand side, midway inside the Manchester United half of the field. We've had 9 minutes gone here. It's Arsenal 0, Manchester United 0 at the Emirates Stadium. And the free kick is going to be taken by Martin Odegaard. I'd say it's about 5 or 6 yards in from the touchline on that right-hand side. Martin Odegaard back into the squad, was on the bench for the game against Brighton, getting some rest, but he's back for this one. Free kick is going to be taken by the captain for Arsenal. Odegaard plays it short, in fact, and it's launched into the penalty area there by Saliba, headed on and just headed out of play, but it looks like there might have been an offside. Indeed there was, and it was Mikel Moreno that was in the offside position. He just went a little bit early here and just caught out there, and it's a free kick to Manchester United. Mikel Moreno, summer signing for Arsenal. They'll be looking to maybe do some business in the January transfer window, one would expect, especially with all the injuries at the moment. Still no Bukayo Saka, and Nwaneri the latest casualty. It's a throw-in for Manchester United. Right on the halfway line, as Ruben Amorim just trying to organise his Manchester United team. Here is Miles Lewis-Skelly. Oh, he's dispossessed there, and chasing that one is Alejandro Garnacho, and that's a late challenge. A really, really late challenge by Garnacho, and the Arsenal players are not very happy with this. It looks like he caught Gabriel. Let's take a look here. Well, he had his studs up at the back of the ankle, but I think the contact was fairly minimal, to be fair. I think this is just going to be a ticking off at best. Apparently Newcastle are losing. Oh my goodness me. Let's have a look there at the latest scores coming out of the FA Cup. Well, yes, Bromley are winning at St James's Park. Now you can listen to that game with Russ over on Commentary Hub 2. Yeah, that's 1-0 to Bromley right now. That's interesting. I can't imagine it staying that way, Mike, but wow. Okay, and that free kick is going to be taken by Gabriel, as you've got this game with me, Paul James. Arsenal versus Manchester United. The ball is played long, looking for Gabriel Martinelli. Bayindir comes to meet it, and that's a good bit of improvisation by the Manchester United goalkeeper. Just got the connection enough to lift it over Gabriel Martinelli's head, and then Bayindir just heads the ball out of play. But he took a risk there, did the Turkish goalkeeper. And it's a throw-in for Miles Lewis-Skelly for Arsenal, level with the Manchester United 6-yard box. Right in front of those Manchester United fans in that corner. Throw-in taken quickly. It's headed down by Moreno, looking for Kai Havertz. Havertz turns to try to get the shot away. It's hooked away that time by Ugarte, but not really far enough. Garnacho tries to flick the ball on. Rasmus Højlund clashes there, and it's going to be a free kick as Miles Lewis Skelly letting Rasmus Højlund know what he felt about that challenge. And it's a free kick to Arsenal, as Andy Madley just asking Gabriel to calm down, as the free kick is going to be taken. And again, it's midway inside the Manchester United half of the field. Rasmus Højlund guilty of that particular challenge. It's Manchester United have got the defensive line right on the edge of the D, the 18-yard box. Martin Odegaard may go short again with this one. Just as a quick word with Gabriel, as Gabriel makes his way towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Looks like Odegaard is going to launch this one in. Martin Odegaard, so vital to Arsenal's lineup, really, the work that he does. It's so clear when he's not playing. And he swings the ball in here. Does Odegaard? The heads go up. And the header is wide by Gabriel. And it's going to be a goal kick. Arsenal 0, Manchester United 0. The cross coming in there by Odegaard, it was a good one, and the header was not too far wide, but Bayinda wasn't concerned. Mikel Arteta holding his hand up in the air, trying to organise his Arsenal team. 14 minutes gone. I think the first goal is going to be super important in this game, as it's cleared away by Matthijs de Ligt, and the header is won by Gabriel, and he finds Martinelli. A superb header there by Gabriel. Martinelli now just trying to skip away there from Ugarte, and now here is Morena. Morena gives the ball to Martinelli again, gets a cross in, the header is flicked out to the edge of the area, and it's Saliba. He's got Jesus alongside him. It's given to Jesus, and now here's Martin Odegaard. Odegaard skips into the penalty area, and he finds a cross. It was Saliba getting into the advanced position there. Got the cross in, but it was blocked. The clearance is only as far as Gabriel Jesus. Jesus tries to get the cross in. It's blocked by Delot, and it's going to be a throw-in to Arsenal, and it's going to be taken by Timber. Timber throws it down to Martinelli. It's back with Timber. And there's Jorginho. He tries to find Odegaard again, but it was a bit short. And now Bruno Fernandes tries to skip away, but that is a really good challenge by Jorginho, putting that ball out of play. Such a hard worker for Arsenal. Certainly if you need backup, he's there for you. And he's performed very, very well whenever he's needed to. Diogo Dalot. Ball just drops forward there to the number 37, Kobe Mainoo. Mainoo just drops it back into his own half of the field there to Matthijs de Ligt. De Ligt was looking for Mesraoui, but he puts the ball out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in to, well, the ball was given back there. I thought it was a throw-in to Arsenal, but it was given to Manchester United. It's back with the goalkeeper Bayinda. And here's Diogo Dalot now. Dalot, oh, that's a terrible clearance by Dalot. Flicks the ball up into the air, and the ball is bouncing around in the penalty area. All of a sudden, Emmanuel Ugarte has to come back and clear that ball downfield. Well, certainly a chance there. Ipswich have just taken the lead against Bristol Rovers. Newcastle and Bromley are now all tied up at 1. Kevin Benson's in the chat, and the ball is played through there, looking for Kai Havertz. And it was just a bit ahead of him, and Altay Bayinda steps up and plucks the ball out of the air. Kevin Benson's in the chat, says he feels sorry for Tamworth. Well, so do I, Kevin, so do I. The ball over the top. It looks like Kai Havertz was in the offside position there as well. So it's cleared downfield by Altay Bayinda. Long ball. Manages to find Diogo Dalot down the left-hand side. That was a super ball. But Dalot is in an offside position himself, and it's going to be a free kick. And it's William Saliba standing over it. I think he's just going to drop the ball back to David Raya, or is he? Or he's going to steal a few yards there, is William Saliba. And he's in the end, he leaves it for David Raya. I guess David Raya is going to go along with this. As David Raya steals a few more yards. And the ball is, it was a good effort from them, Mike, wasn't it? They took them to extra time. And the ball is downfield by David Raya, and that's a comfortable header by Harry Maguire, but only as far as Timber. Timber just does well to keep the ball in play, gives it to Jesus, and a quick back flick from Odegaard, and Jesus plays the ball through. It's a real chance, and a goal! And it's Gabriel Martinelli! Oh, the flag goes up. The flag goes up, but that is very, very late. That is very late. I have to say, Gabriel Martinelli had tucked the ball into the net, and but that flag was very, very late. He took the ball into the net, and he was off to celebrate before the flag had even been raised. Well, let's take a look at this again. Well, he's offside, there's no question, but why did the linesman's flag take so long to be raised? There's still no flag, Gabriel Martinelli's halfway up the pitch, and that goal is ruled out. Mikel Arteta's not very pleased with the official, but in the end it was the right decision. The ball is cleared there by Saliba. So early warning sign for Manchester United. Gabriel Martinelli nearly giving the Gunners the lead. Lisandro Martinez goes back to the goalkeeper. And here's Matthijs de Ligt. Tries to play the ball forward, but it bounces off Martinelli. And I think Odegaard was in an offside position. Indeed, he was. Mike Harneman says came off Maguire, I think, so very unlucky. Well, of course, there's no VAR, and I don't want VAR. Tucks the ball in. I mean, Martinelli looks over at the official anyway, and the official's flag is still down at that point. So, yeah, that's interesting. I guess the officials are used to keeping their flags down now with VAR, but of course there's no VAR in this round of the FA Cup. So on we go. As picked up in the air there, Moreno just manages to skew the ball, but it's cleared away by Gabriel into the Manchester United half, headed on by Maguire and then headed on by Moreno. Head tennis here before Maguire drops it to his feet, gives the ball to Mazraoui. Mazraoui plays the ball forward to Højlund. Good challenge that time by Moreno, and it's dropped back to Gabriel, who plays it across to William Saliba. Saliba has got two Manchester United players in front of him, and it's dropped back to Timber, and Saliba just chests the ball on, and the ball is played across to Miles Lewis-Skelly. Lewis-Skelly just inside his own half of the field. Drops the ball back there to Gabriel. It's good play by Arsenal early on. Steady play. They certainly have been the team that is been I would say the most threatening of the two early on. It's now with David Raya. Media, radio, jingles, and gaming. Hi, how you doing? I hope you're well. Quite a bit of an FA Cup afternoon already. Newcastle are losing. Well, they're level now. Tamworth sending Spurs to extra time with Tottenham 1-3-0 at the end. Let's see what happens in tonight's game. Well, yeah, it's certainly going to be interesting, that's for sure. Here's Gabriel. And gives the ball to Saliba, across to Timber. Timber plays the ball forward to Jesus. Jesus drops the ball back to Timber. Timber, he goes all the way back to Saliba and across to just across there to Miles Lewis-Skelly, and over the halfway line is Martin Odegaard. Options left and right. He sends Kai Havertz through. Havertz holds the ball up, drop back, and the ball is played through back to Martin Odegaard, but Odegaard was not able to control it, and it goes through to the goalkeeper. But just for a moment, once again, the ball played through, and Manchester United's defence caught square there. Mike Harneman says good win for Burnley in the end. Yes, well, it went to extra time. There was a couple of good goals by Zion Fleming, which I have to admit I was super impressed with. And the ball is cleared downfield by Bayinda, but it's a poor one and only finds Saliba. Well, Saliba's ball there to Jorginho. Jorginho's pass, look at Jesus, was a poor one. And Diogo Dalla just played the ball across there and it's a foul on Kobe Mainoo and a free kick to Manchester United. Ipswich are now 2-0 up against Bristol Rovers. Newcastle 1, Bromley 1, Crystal Palace 1, Stockport County 0. Earlier on today, Spurs eventually winning 3-0 in extra time, and Doncaster beating Hull on a penalty shootout. That's our first penalty shootout of the third round, I might add, as there are no replays. If this game does end up tied at the end of 90 minutes, we will go to extra time and possibly penalties. The ball is played to Bruno Fernandes. Now, Manchester United stepping forward in an attacking position now. Drop back to Diogo Dalla. Dalla gives the ball back to Lisandro Martinez. Martinez plays the ball forward to Mainoo. He lightly lays it off to Dalla. And it's now with Bruno Fernandes. Agate. This is good play by Manchester United. Lisandro Martinez. Ball played forward there to Fernandes, who touches it on to Mainoo. This is good one-touch football. It's possession football in the Arsenal half of the field. What can they do about it? Oh, it's a good effort by Kobe Mainoo. And, David Raya being tested for his alertness there. Gets down and makes a save you would expect him to make. But the shot from Kobe Mainoo was on target. Comfortable save for the goalkeeper as David Raya will clear this ball downfield under some pressure. And it's picked up by Martin Odegaard. And gives it to Gabriel. Gabriel's ball forward to Martinelli was a bad one. And here's Maguire. And Maguire plays the ball to Højlund. Can Højlund pull in the cross? It's a poor one. And cleared away by William Saliba. Only as far as Diogo Dalla, but there is a foul. So it's going to be a free kick to Arsenal. And Martin Odegaard plays the ball long over down the right-hand side. And here is Gabriel Jesus, gives the ball there to Moreno and then to Odegaard. Here's Gabriel again. Over on the far side to Gabriel Martinelli. He pulls it back there to Mikel Moreno. Moreno drops it back into the centre circle to Saliba. The ball is now with Martin Odegaard. Odegaard, oh, that's a good pass to Moreno. Moreno is just going to drop the ball back, and now it's spread out wide to Jesus. Jesus gets across into the back post. Good defending that time by Nusa Mesraoui. He's claiming he was pushed. Heads the ball behind for the first corner of the game. Unlike other matches going on today, this is an all Premier League tie. It's so hard to see who wins it after Manchester United's shot draw against Liverpool. Mike says, let's see if we get another set-piece goal from the Gunners like we did in the league game. Well, it's Manchester United will have to mark up tight because the corners, well, they've been very good for Arsenal this season. Set-pieces, most teams know about it now. You have to try to defend this well because they will flood that 6-yard box and make it very difficult for Altay Bayindir, who gave up a goal from a corner similar to this position against Tottenham Hotspur in the League Cup. So we'll see what happens here. David Raya is just receiving some treatment as well from the Arsenal physio. David Raya just giving the thumbs up. It seems okay. The corner is going to be taken by Gabriel Martinelli over on that left-hand side. Of course, no Declan Rice today. He's on the bench. Otherwise, he would normally take them from that side. But it's going to be Martinelli to take this one. Gabriel is in there. David Raya still receiving some treatment. We hope he's okay. He's back on the field now, and the corner is going to be taken by Gabriel Martinelli. As Gabriel in the box there, Moreno in the box, all lurking within 10 on the edge of the area, as we've been used to seeing it by now, is Martin Odegaard. Corner is going to come in now. Eventually, I hope. There's a massive delay right now, and now all of a sudden Andy Madley is unhappy with something in the penalty area. And we just wait and see what the official says about this. There's a problem with Rasmus Højlund and the goalkeeper, but the corner is going to be taken now, I hope. This is the most delayed corner I've ever seen in my life. The corner is now going to be taken, I hope. It's coming in here by Gabriel Martinelli towards the back post. The heads go up. It's headed up into the air by Maguire. And then headed out by Ugarte. It's going to be a throw-in for Arsenal. Taken quickly by Martin Odegaard. And it's a poor ball and only finds Alejandro Garnacho. And Kobe Mainoo drops the ball back there to Martinez. It's Mainoo now, just trying to skip away from Timber, but Timber does well to nip in and win that challenge. He goes down, does Timber, and it's a throw-in given to Arsenal. I think the referee signalled it the other side for a moment there, but it has been given to Arsenal. And it's going to be Yuri and Timber to take this throw-in. Chris Unwin's in the chat today. Man United put out a strong team today. Let's see if this can give a bit of hope. Well, we'll see. There's only 2 changes from that side that took on Liverpool. Of course, one being the goalkeeper, the other being Amad Diallo for Alejandro Garnacho. Otherwise, a very, very strong Manchester United side. Kobe Mainoo wins a header. Drop down to Diogo Dalla, and there is an Arsenal player down. And the Arsenal team are surrounding Andy Madley, and they're not happy with this. A yellow card is coming up to Lisandro Martinez. I'm thinking Arsenal perhaps wanted a little more than that, but that is not going to. Let's take a look at this again. The elbow was up there by Martinez, but I think Jesus is making the most of that. I'm not entirely pleased with that, and now he's down holding his knee, and the contact was made in the face. Perhaps the fall was a little awkward, but no, there was hardly any contact there whatsoever. That wasn't even yellow card worthy for me. That is that's poor by Gabriel Jesus, and he's still down. Kobe Mainoo there, England international. Just take a look at this move by Kobe Mainoo again, just skipping away from Moreno, getting that shot away. Not afraid to shoot is a young man, and that's a good sign for Manchester United, because at the moment, sometimes Manchester United, what we see from them in recent weeks is they're trying to create the perfect goal. Arsenal as well, incidentally, try to create the perfect goal. Sometimes just putting the ball on goal, good things can happen. Jesus still down. It will be an Arsenal free kick when he finally gets up. And we'll just take a look at the other scores around the FA Cup. Crystal Palace still 1-0 up against Stockport County at Selhurst Park. At Portman Road, Ipswich 2, Bristol Rovers 0. At St James's Park, Newcastle 1, Bromley 1. And earlier on today in a shootout, Doncaster beat Hull. And Tamworth lost in extra time to Tottenham Hotspur 3-0. Tottenham Hotspur, well, it's the questions continue to be asked of them. They've got Arsenal next up in the league, but being taken to extra time by Tamworth today, and by all accounts, they may very well have. They can very well consider themselves fortunate to have even done that, but they're still in it and avoided the embarrassment. No, you're not allowed to surround the referees anymore, Mike. But that's what they did, and I agree with Chris Unwin. Not a yellow card in my mind. It's a free kick is taken there. It's launched into the box, and challenging the goalkeeper by Inda was Miles Lewis-Skelly. And well, the goalkeeper made a bit of a mess of that. Unfortunately for him, it just bounces away from the goal and doesn't fall to an Arsenal player. But Altay Bayinda came a ways for that, but he didn't get there really in the end. And anyway, it's been given as a free kick in either case for Arsenal. For Manchester United. Altay Bayinda will take it, and he's going to launch the ball downfield now. And it's not the best goal kick, but it's flicked on by Kobe Mainoo. Nobody reading that flick on by Kobe Mainoo. It rolls through to David Raya. And it's back with Raya again from Saliba. Saliba picks up the ball. Looking for options from long ball by Saliba, and it's just headed on by Maguire. Dropped back by Mainoo. Good challenge, and Jorginho won the ball there. And now Arsenal have the ball, but the referee has blown up for something. It's Bruno Fernandes. The free kick is taken quickly. Actually, it's for Arsenal, and it's Saliba who gives the ball to Odegaard. Odegaard drops the ball back to the goalkeeper David Raya. David Raya gives it back to Saliba, and well, he just returns it to the goalkeeper. And David Raya gives the ball to Martin Odegaard now. Odegaard, he's got plenty of options left and right, and he drops the ball into the centre circle there to Jorginho. Jorginho, he's got options in front of him. He's got Mikel Merino directly in front of him. Odegaard to his right. He goes to his left to Miles Lewis-Skelly. And drop the ball back to Gabriel. And now to Martinelli. Back to Gabriel. Well, he's got options as Gabriel. He's going to go back to Saliba. Saliba has got Timber alongside him, but he goes all the way back to the goalkeeper, David Raya, as Arsenal now just pedaling back a little bit. It's a long ball by David Raya. Now, is he in an offside position there, Jesus? It was a good challenge by Nusa Mezraoui. They're appealing for offside. He did look in an offside position, but Mezraoui deals with it anyway. Here's Martinelli. There was no flag. Martinelli's cross in. It's headed out by Harry Maguire. And it's picked up and, well, nipped in and won there by Alessandro Martinez. He gives it to Bruno Fernandes, but that move breaks down for Manchester United in the centre of the park. Media radio jingles again. He said, let's hope Arsenal play a lot better in the second leg of the semi-final to Newcastle. Hopefully get to the League Cup final. I actually don't see it happening, to be honest with you. I think to go to St James's Park and win by 3 clear goals is a lot to ask. Here is Havertz. Gets into the penalty area, Havertz. He pulls the ball back to Odegaard. Odegaard now lays it off there, and the cross coming into the back post by Timber. It's just headed away there by Nusa Mezraoui, only as far as Gabriel Martinelli. Martinelli is going to swing this cross in. He drops the ball back instead to Gabriel. Gabriel will swing the ball in, but it's headed out by Maguire. And just tried to head the ball down there by Rasmus Højlund. Manchester United just trying to get the ball on the deck. It's finally played forward by Bruno Fernandes. And here's Alejandro Garnacho for Manchester United. Garnacho getting in the penalty area, gets the shot away. And it's right at David Raya. Comfortable in the end for the Spaniard as he releases it to Jorginho. Jorginho gives the ball to Martin Odegaard. Odegaard tries to play the ball through here to Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz, he pulled the ball back. And that actually might have been Gabriel, actually. I think I got those two mixed up. Gabriel, that was Gabriel Martinelli. They're both wearing black gloves, and that isn't helping me at the moment. So, and when you're looking at them on a camera, they look very similar. Here's Maguire. Maguire gives the ball to Martinez. Plays the ball there to Diogo Dalot. Dalot drops the ball back there to the number 6, Lisandro Martinez. Martinez plays the ball back into his own half to Maguire. Maguire to Martinez. Martinez just holds the ball up, and it's played forward there to Mainu. Mainu lays it off to Dalot. Back to Martinez. Manchester United just slowing the game down right now. Gives the ball to Mainu. Mainu's ball is a poor one, and it's won back by Saliba. It's now with Odegaard. Odegaard gives the ball away to Martinez. And it's now going to be Manchester United back in possession again with Ugarte. Ugarte drops the ball back into his own half of the field to Matthijs de Ligt. And it's across to Maguire. And Martinez again gives the ball to Mainu. Mainu, as Arsenal pressing on this Manchester United team at the moment. Ugarte plays the ball to Mezraoui. Mezraoui plays the ball forward to Alejandro Garnacho. Garnacho cutting into the middle of the park, drops the ball back. And into the centre circle to Harry Maguire. Maguire holds the ball. It's over the halfway line there to Kobe Mainu. And Mainu just gives the ball to Matthijs de Ligt. Beautiful turn by Mezraoui. And Mezraoui's away now. Manchester United 4-on-3 if they can hurry. Here's Mezraoui. Pulled back to Fernandes. Fernandes goes down under the challenge. Nothing given. And the only person appealing is Fernandes, and he's furious. But the game goes on. No free kicks, says Andy Madley. but he is absolutely livid, is Fernandez. And, well, he's holding his boot in his hand. And, well, his captain's armband has come off, and now he's throwing a temper tantrum. And there's going to be a yellow card issued here to Bruno Fernandes for his protests. Silly yellow card to take, knowing that he's now going to have to walk a tightrope for the rest of this game. Let's take a look at it again. It does look like a foul, to be fair, but nothing given, says Andy Madley. And we'll take a look at it better here. Yeah, he gets caught there. That's a foul, but the referee didn't give it, and it's no good hurling abuse at the official because he's not going to give it. And I think that's what Manuel Ugarte is telling him now. And he's still looking pretty angry, is Bruno Fernandes. But now all of a sudden Arsenal looking like they're going to make a substitution. It's Raheem Sterling. So this is interesting. Raheem Sterling is, well, there's an Arsenal player down the stretchers out. This is bad news for Arsenal. They don't need this now. They've already got a series of injuries, and it just seems to be getting worse. And I'm just trying to see who it is that's down there. I actually think it's Gabriel Jesus. I'm guessing it's Jesus, but it's I just can't quite see at the moment because the physios and medics are all surrounding him. But I think it's Jesus. And if that's the case, that's more bad news for Arsenal and for Jesus in general, who's found a bit of goal scoring lately. Let's take a look at this again. Yes, it is Jesus. And it looks like he is going to be making way for Raheem Sterling. An enforced substitution here as Gabriel Jesus is being stretchered off here. And I have to say, this is very, very sad. He's being applauded up by the Arsenal fans as Raheem Sterling is coming on, and he looks in a lot of pain. And I can only hope that isn't too serious. But this is, well, you can see it there. Well, the medics are all around. They've got him on. It looks like they're taking him straight out of the ground. I'm sure I hope he's going to be okay. But that looks quite serious. 5 minutes to go till half time. At half time, I'll just run through the score elsewhere in the FA Cup, and then we're going to take a 15-minute break before the second half. Stretchered off there is Gabriel Jesus. He's got his shirt covering his face. He looks distraught, absolutely distraught. This is a shame for Gabriel Jesus. Such a shame. He was coming back, playing well, scoring goals. That's such a shame for him. We hope he recovers very, very soon. As here's Saliba, and he gives the ball there to Timber. Timber drops the ball back, and it's Jorginho there to Gabriel. Drops the ball back to David Raya. So we should really have a significant amount of injury time at the end of this first half. And it's cleared downfield and over the top of everybody's head and out of play. And it's going to be a throw-in, which Diogo Dalot will take. And Manchester United now looking to see if they can steal something by the end of the first half. Media radio jingles in game. He says, I hope Gabriel Jesus is okay. It does look quite serious, and obviously he doesn't deserve that at all. Yes, I agree with you entirely. It's very unfortunate, and it's something that Gabriel Jesus doesn't need, and it's something that Arsenal don't need, given their injury crisis right now. But got his foot on the ball there is David Raya, gives it to Odegaard. Odegaard played across there to Gabriel. So Gabriel storming over the halfway line now. He's got options left and right. He tries to play the ball to Gabriel Martinelli, but Martinelli isn't going to reach that, but it does come off a Manchester United defender, so it is going to be a corner. Looks like it came off Matthijs de Ligt. So it is a corner to Arsenal as they get another opportunity to make some magic out of these set pieces. As you can see, instructions being given from the Arsenal bench. As going over to take this one is Gabriel Martinelli. As Gabriel with Mikel Morena having a conversation. It is a very, very brisky afternoon in North London. Arsenal 0, Manchester United 0. The corner is going to be taken by Gabriel Martinelli, and well, I thought we was going to get that, but the referee has now seen something as well, and he's just going over to have a chat to ensure that no unnecessariness is going on. And the corner is going to be taken now by Martinelli. We hope. We've had a couple of these delayed corners, but Martinelli does swing the corner in now. Up in the air is Altay Bayindir, just claims that comfortably, and he's just taking his time right now and releases the ball to Lisandro Martinez. Martinez to Diogo Dalla. Be interesting to see what stoppage time we have at the end of this first half. I'm hearing there may be about 5 minutes. The ball is launched forward, and it's picked up here by Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes plays the ball to the chasing Rasmus Højlund. Højlund holds the ball up. He's got Garnacho alongside him. Rasmus Højlund cuts inside, gives the ball to Mainoo. Mainoo's going to have a shot, but it's blocked by Moreno. And now here's Gabriel Martinelli breaking out the other side. Over the halfway line now. Gets away from Garnacho. He's got De Ligt in front of him. Good challenge by Matthijs De Ligt. A really well-timed challenge there. The clearance, though, is only as far as Miles Lewis-Skelly. And now here's William Saliba. Gives the ball to Odegaard. Odegaard. And now here's Sterling. First time getting himself involved in the game, Raheem Sterling. It's a real chance for him today to try to stamp his mark on this Arsenal side. William Saliba. And it's Kai Havertz. And Odegaard. Odegaard back to Havertz. The ball is lifted over the top by Gabriel. And once again, Gabriel challenges in now as that ball is cleared away by Lisandro Martinez. Not very far, but Gabriel is alleged to have fouled Kobbie Mainoo, and it's going to be a free kick. There is indeed going to be 5 minutes at the end of this first half. Some of that for some of the delays in the corners, and of course the injury to Gabriel Jesus. As 5 minutes flashed up by the fourth official, Michael Salisbury. And we've had no goals, precious few chances for either side, just a couple of long-range shots for Manchester United. A goal disallowed from Gabriel Martinelli is what we've seen so far in this first half. Here's Kai Havertz. He goes down under the challenge there of Bruno Fernandes. He's going to have to be careful in this one. He's already been booked. And it's taken quickly there by Moreno. Launches the ball forward to Martinelli. Martinelli holds the ball up, and it's out of play off Lisandro Martinez. It's going to be a throw into Arsenal, level with the Manchester United penalty area down the right-hand side. And there is Odegaard. Odegaard always challenged from behind. That'll be a free kick. And again, Arsenal players surrounding the referees, and this has got to stop. They can't be surrounding the referee like this. It's only supposed to be the captain that approaches the referee. And you can see here it's just a challenge from behind. It's a free kick, of course. Nothing more. Play the game. Stop surrounding the referee. You can see this again. You can see it's a challenge from behind. It's mistimed. It's certainly a free kick, but really that should be all. I mean, Lisandro Martinez has already been booked, of course, but it wasn't a bookable offence in my mind. The free kick is going to be taken by Odegaard. And it is about 20 to 22 yards out. It's right of the D, and this may be a good chance for Arsenal to try to grab a 1-goal lead here. And well, sending the wall back now, and Bruno Fernandes is just trying to organise things right now as a free kick committee. Raheem Sterling, Gabriel, Martin Odegaard and Mikel Moreno are all surrounding it. Mikel Moreno has walked away, and it's left Raheem Sterling and Martin Odegaard to take the free kick here. And Altay Baynder just trying to make sure he can see properly. As we're waiting now for this free kick to take place. The Arsenal got 3 players in front of the Manchester United wall. Here is Odegaard, and it's over the crossbar. So disappointing in the end for Arsenal there as that ball goes over the crossbar. Chris Unman says these players surrounding the referee won't change the result. They will not. And it needs to stop. Because Arsenal will pick up some unnecessary bookings as a consequence. Here's Kobe Mainoo. Gives the ball to Højlund, who drops the ball to Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes plays the ball long to the chasing Kobe Mainoo, and that's good defending by William Saliba, just shielding the ball out of play as we approach half-time in this FA Cup third round tie at the Emirates between Arsenal and Manchester United. We haven't had much by way of goalmouth action. At half-time in this one, we will give you the half-time scores from everywhere else, and we'll take a 15-minute break, and we'll be back for the start of the second half as David Raya clears the ball downfield. Up in the air there to try to win that one is Moreno, but the header was won comfortably by Agate. And it's nipping in and winning that ball is Jorginho, but Jorginho is allegedly fouled, and it's going to be a free kick. We've got an Arsenal player down. It is Martin Odegaard, who's just down on his backside right now. And I just want to make sure that there's no further injuries there. Kevin Benson says the last time Jesus got really injured, he managed the biggest comeback in history. And we'll see whether that happens. Obviously, we hope he'll be recovered very, very soon. But the game goes on for the time being. Here's William Saliba. Saliba to Gabriel. As we've almost played the full 5 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this first half. And it's dropped back there to Gabriel. Gabriel just puts his foot on the ball. He holds it up. He's looking for options. He goes long to the right-hand side, looking for Raheem Sterling. Sterling heads the ball up in the air, and it's headed away by Alessandro Martinez. And flicked on again, that time by Moreno, but only as far as Maguire. Here's Martinez. Plays the ball back there to Agate. Manuel Agate plays the ball over the halfway line, and now here's Nusa Mezraoui. Mezraoui. Good ball there to Garnacho. Garnacho lifts the ball forward to Mezraoui, but it's just too far ahead of Mezraoui, and it goes out of play for a goal kick. And that's it. It is half-time at the Emirates. It is 0-0. A goal disallowed by Gabriel Martinelli. It's the only difference between the two sides, really, in terms of genuine opportunities. A couple of shots on goal from distance from Kobe Mainoo, but that's really all we've seen in this first half. A devastating injury to Gabriel Jesus is the only other talking point. But at half-time here, it is Arsenal 0, Manchester United 0. And the other scores around the country in the FA Cup today: Crystal Palace 1, Stockport County 0 at Edgeley Park. At Portman Road, Ipswich 3, Bristol Rovers 0. At St James's Park, Newcastle 1, Bromley 1. Earlier on today, Doncaster beat Hull on penalties, and Tottenham beat Tamworth 3-0 after extra time. So we're going to take a short 15-minute break, and we'll be back for the start of the second half. Join us then. Hello and welcome back for the start of the second half as the two teams are just making their way back out onto the field. Looks like Manchester United haven't made any changes. I'm just looking to see if Arsenal are going to make any further changes than they've already made. We'll just see. Martin Odegaard's back out onto the field anyway, as the rest of the Arsenal team are out there as well. So it looks like it's as you were. I'll just go through the lineups for you. So David Raya, Miles Lewis-Skelly, Gabriel, William Saliba, Jurrien Timber, Mikel Moreno, Jorginho, Martin Odegaard, Gabriel Martinelli, Kai Havertz and Raheem Sterling. Manchester United, as was started, Altay Bayinda, Lisandro Martinez, Harry Maguire, Matthias de Ligt, Diogo Dalla, Kobe Mainoo, Manuel Ugarte, Nusa Mesraoui, Bruno Fernandes, Alejandro Garnacho and Rasmus Højlund. So we're going to get this second half underway here in just a moment, as it will be Arsenal to get the game underway for the start of the second half, as they will be attacking the goal to our left in the second half, as Martin Odegaard just making some adjustments. And finally, we will get this game underway. 2 or 3 different players approach the ball at the centre circle. Finally, it's going to be Jorginho. As we take a look at that FA Cup ball, looks kind of snazzy, really. Goes back to David Raya, who clears the ball downfield. He slipped, but the ball goes out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in to Arsenal. So it looks like the ball just came off the head of Lisandro Martinez. It's a throw into Arsenal, midway inside the Manchester United half of the field. The ball is thrown to Raheem Sterling, and it's a good challenge that time by Matthias de Ligt. And now Manchester United have a throw-in level with the... Arsenal have a throw-in level with the Manchester United penalty area. It's taken by Miles Lewis-Skelly, flicked up into the air by Sterling, but cleared away by Lisandro Martinez. Gabriel just launches the ball back into the Manchester United half of the field. Good defending by Nusa Mesraoui, and he sets the ball on his way for Garnacho. Good challenge that time by Miles Lewis-Skelly, and it actually comes off Garnacho. It's going to be a throw into Manchester United, a throw into Arsenal rather, and it's Miles Lewis-Skelly. He's going to take it. Looking for options, he finds Gabriel Martinelli. Martinelli just holds the ball up here. Actually, this is Mikel Moreno. Moreno gives the ball away, and now Manchester United have the ball back, and it's Bruno Fernandes who tries to play the ball forward, looking for Rasmus Højlund, but tracking back and picking up the loose ball there is Gabriel. He returns it to David Raya. Raya releases it to William Saliba. Saliba holds the ball up just inside his own half of the field. Keep you updated on scores as the games go on in the second half on FA Cup third round day. Newcastle have just taken the lead against Bromley, so things back to order there at Selhurst Park, as there is a foul here on Kai Havertz, and it's going to be a free kick to Arsenal, fouled by Nusa Mesraoui. As just in the crowd there is Martin Keown, former Arsenal defender. He's in the crowd watching the Gunners today. And it's a free kick taken quickly by Timber, and it's given to Jorginho. Jorginho in the centre circle just drops it back to Gabriel. Gabriel plays the ball forward, and it's now with Miles Lewis-Skelly. Back again to Gabriel inside his own half of the field. It's a short ball there, and it's given the ball away, and now it's Rasmus Højlund and Kobe Mainoo, and it's a terrible giveaway that time by Jorginho. But Arsenal are backtracking, covering that, and Lisandro Martinez is now being pressed back into his own half, and United were not quick enough really to take advantage of that. But it was a terrible giveaway. The possibility of the break was on, but Manchester United didn't take it. Here's Odegaard, and he gives the ball to Timber. Back to Jorginho. Better ball this time. Here's Gabriel down to the left-hand side to Martinelli. Martinelli drops from left to right. Got Lewis Skelly. He finds Lewis Skelly, and that's a free kick and a foul by Diogo Dalla, and possibly a yellow card. And there it is. You can see here the challenge right in the back of Miles Lewis Skelly. No question about it. No question about it being a yellow card. Yeah, it was a poorly timed challenge by Dallo. For a defender, it's a very, very poorly timed challenge. But it's a free kick for Arsenal, and well, it's in a really good position. Just outside the penalty area, almost level with the 6-yard box down the left-hand side. And Arsenal will now have an opportunity to take this free kick. Martin Odegaard standing over, he moves away from it, leaves it for Gabriel Martinelli. And Martinelli is going to swing this free kick in. And still waiting for Martinelli. It's a very slow, delayed process. 6 Arsenal players on the corner of that 6-yard box. It's probably just going to be lifted in by Martinelli. See what happens here. As they've got 2 players also on the edge of the 6-yard box as well. It's lifted in by Martinelli. Oh, and headed away. That's a good header won by Maguire. Really good header. Oh, it's a poor pass by Odegaard. And nipping in and winning that is Manuel Ugarte. But the ball goes out of play. He just wasn't able to keep the ball under control, Manuel Ugarte. And it's a throw-in to Arsenal as a consequence. Well, they were quick on that poor ball by Martin Odegaard that time. And the throw-in is going to be taken by Jurrien Timber. Timber picks up the ball. And he plays the ball back there to all the way back to the goalkeeper via William Saliba. David Raya clears the ball downfield, looking for the chasing Raheem Sterling. It just bounces off the back of the head of Nusa Mazraoui, and the ball is picked up by Fernandes. He drops the ball back to Lisandro Martinez. Martinez all the way back to Harry Maguire. Maguire lifts the ball forward, looking for Dallo. Dallo wins that header, and and slip there by by Miles Lewis Skelly. And here's Garnacho, real chance. He pulls the ball back to Fernandes, who rattles it in the top corner. And Bruno Fernandes gives Manchester United the 1-goal lead. And you have to say it's been against the run of play mainly, but Bruno Fernandes strikes first, strikes hard, and Manchester United take the 1-goal lead. Well, it was started really from a slip by Miles Lewis Skelly, and that let in Alejandro Garnacho and gave Manchester United the odd man rush. And it was just pulled across to Fernandes, who just struck it beautifully into the top left corner of the net. And it left David Raya with absolutely no chance. And we just take a look again, and this is really where it all took place. The slip here from Miles Lewis Skelly, that left Garnacho, and then Manchester United on 3-on-2. It was pulled back by Garnacho and straight to the feet of Bruno Fernandes, who just rattles it into the net. It wasn't a chance for Raya. He was just left standing. There was no chance. It was an absolutely fantastic strike. And, well, Manchester United take the 1-goal lead. And Arsenal, well, they've got some work to do if they want to get back into this game. Bruno Fernandes celebrates. And the current cup holders take the lead in this game. And Bruno Fernandes celebrates. The game is back underway now. It's Kobe Mainoo just trying to win that challenge. It's won back well by Raheem Sterling. And the ball breaks loose to Mikel Merino. Oh, that's a good block by Harry Maguire. A super block. Here is Gabriel now for Arsenal. It's dropped down to the left-hand side. And it's Martinelli who swings that cross in. Again, a good header by Maguire. And it's skewed across the penalty area by Raheem Sterling. and just smashed away by Lisandro Martinez, but it's met by David Raya, and Arsenal coming forward again. And I have to say, Harry Maguire has been a rock at the back for Manchester United. And here now is Martinelli down the left-hand side from Morena. Martinelli has got two Manchester United players in front of him. And it's now back with Morena. Morena just trying to skip away from 1 and 2. There's a good layoff there by Lewis Skelly. The cross coming in from Martinelli. Oh, and it's just headed away there by Maguire, but straight to Havertz. And Havertz puts it wide. Oh, that was an opportunity. And the first time really that Maguire has made a mistake in this game. You could see it here, the cross coming in. It was headed down by Maguire, and it went straight to Moreno, and it was laid off to Havertz. And Havertz, my goodness me, has to do better from there. Oh, that he had the entire goal gaping from really about 7 or 8 yards out, and he balloons it over the crossbar, and that is very, very poor from Kai Havertz. And well, we've had 10 minutes gone in the start of this second half. The deadlock has been broken by Bruno Fernandes. Gives Manchester United the 1-goal lead. If you're just joining us, here's Diogo Dalla. And it's Garnacho. Garnacho's cross is poor. It goes behind for a goal kick. Well, it'll be very interesting to see how the rest of this second half goes. Let's just keep you up to date with all the other scores. Still Newcastle are winning 2-1. Ipswich winning 3-0. Palace still winning 1-0. So not much has changed there. So Manchester United fans currently celebrating at the moment. And here is Martin Odegaard. Odegaard across there to Gabriel. Gabriel back to Martin Odegaard. Odegaard moves into the centre circle. He lifts the ball forward to Kai Havertz. It's headed out to Moreno. Moreno, he goes down under the challenge of Manuel Ugarte, and it's going to be a free kick and a yellow card for the Uruguayan. And that's the fourth Manchester United player in the referee's notebook today. Just pulled over there, Manuel Ugarte. Just pulled him over. No real attempt to win the ball. It's a silly yellow card, really, for Manuel Ugarte. Certainly not one you would expect, really, but it is what it is in terms. It's been done now, and he will pick up that yellow card, and it's a free kick for Arsenal. And it's Martin Odegaard standing over this one. And Newcastle have gone 3-1 up while we've just been speaking, and that looks like that tie is heading the way of the team from Tyneside. As the free kick is going to be taken by Martin Odegaard. He lifts the ball into the penalty area. Oh, that's a good clearance away there by Harry Maguire, and it's picked up by Kobbie Mainoo. Kobbie Mainoo goes down under the challenge from Raheem Sterling. Free kick. And Kobbie Mainoo is back on his feet, but it's a free kick to Manchester United. And it's Arsenal 0, Manchester United 1. 57 minutes gone. And, well, I just wonder what's in the locker for Mikel Arteta. He does have Declan Rice and Leandro Trossard on the bench as possible options. Thomas Partey also as a creative midfield player as well. We'll see whether he tries to use one of those as the game goes on. Altay Bayindir with the free kick, and it's a poor one, goes right out of play, and a throw-in for Arsenal. And it's picked up here by Gabriel. Gabriel just inside his own half of the field. Drops the ball back there to William Saliba. And here's Odegaard. Timber's just making a run overlapping. Odegaard goes back to Saliba. Saliba holds the ball up, gives it back to Odegaard. And now here's Morena. Morena plays the ball across there to Timber. Timber back to Saliba. Oh, it's a poor ball by Saliba. It was away from Odegaard, and now coming forward on Manchester United. And Manuel Ugarte gets dispossessed by Kai Havertz. And Arsenal now 4-on-4 if they hurry. Here's Sterling, gives the ball back to Moreno, back to Odegaard. It's blocked. Havertz goes in with a challenge there, but it's cleared away by Matthijs de Ligt. As far as Rasmus Højlund muscles away there, Moreno. And now Manchester United coming forward. It's 2-on-2. And there's a real opportunity there for Mazraoui. The ball is played across there from Alejandro Garnacho, but that was a real chance for Manchester United there after the challenge in midfield. Yes, it was Saliba actually who goes down. This time Rasmus Højlund was a bit happy with his elbow there. Catches the number 9 Saliba. Breakout 2-on-2 here. Nusa Mazraoui has an opportunity to shoot. I thought he might have played it across to Rasmus Højlund, but rather he goes to rather he goes across there to Garnacho. It's the corner for Manchester United. Saliba just getting work on his lip for that elbow from Rasmus Højlund. And the corner is going to be taken by Bruno Fernandes. Of course, no VAR. But you have to wonder, that looked like a definite elbow, but the cross comes in anyway. Oh, it's clawed away from the... It almost went in, and it was clawed away from David Raya. Nearly a second, I've got to say. Man United playing well in the second half with a lot of near chances. Yes, this one was swung in. It was a foul, apparently, on David Raya. Or maybe the push actually here on Gabriel, but it had to be clawed out there by David Raya. It was almost like a volleyball serve. Anyway, it's a free kick for Manchester United. So blood still streaming from that elbow by Rasmus Højlund. I have to say, if there was VAR, that possibly could have been a red card on Højlund, because it was a definite deliberate elbow. But here is, anyway, the play goes on as it is. And the ball is played forward here. Oh, it's a poor ball to Diogo Dalot. Oh, I say! That's a two-footed challenge. That is Diogo Dalot off. He's already been booked. And that's a second yellow card. And Diogo Dalot is out of there. That is an absolutely brutal challenge. That, in my mind, was a straight red card. That didn't even need to show the yellow. That was a straight red card. That was a brutal challenge. Absolutely brutal. And there is no way, in my opinion, that Diogo Dalot should be on the field. Two-footed. And it looked a lot worse the first time. Not as bad the second time, I have to say. Maybe I overreacted a little bit. It wasn't as bad the second time. But he has got a red card. But you see, Mikel Arteta is straight off his bench. At the very least, it was a second yellow. I might have overreacted a little bit when I look at the slow motion replay. It didn't look that bad, but it was certainly a second yellow, and that is a red card for Diogo Dalot. And United are down to 10 men, and I wonder whether this changes anything in this game. Let's see, as Ruben Amorim just having words there, it looks like we're going to see Amad Diallo as that ball, the free kick is taken quickly. Is the referee allowing the game to go on? No. It seems like there's a little bit of gamesmanship going on by both these teams here. I think finally the free kick is going to be taken. Here's Moreno now. Moreno plays the ball out to Martinelli. Can Martinelli get the cross in here? Martinelli just steps back, gets the cross in. Oh, it's punched into the air by Bayinda. Not really a good punch away. Falls back to Gabriel, and it's in! It's 1-1! It's Gabriel! And Arsenal are level. And, well, Gabriel gets the shot away. I think Bayinda was unsighted. And Gabriel celebrates. Arsenal are level. And Manchester United, well, this could be bad news for them. They are down to 10 men. And it's Gabriel's goal on 63 minutes that gets Arsenal level here. Now the cross coming in, Bayinda's punch wasn't great, went up in the air. The header away from Kobe Mainoo didn't have much in it either. And it just left Gabriel with a rather nice volley, actually. It took a deflection too, in fact, off Matthijs de Ligt. That may well go down as an own goal. I'm not sure if it was on target. It certainly took a deflection off de Ligt. that may well go down as an own goal. We'll let the dubious goals committee do their work on that one. But it's a leveller, and Arsenal have tied this game up. Chris Unwin said it wasn't that bad, but he still deserved that yellow card. Yeah, when I first looked at it, Chris, I actually thought he'd gone in two-footed, but because he went up in the air. But when looking at it on the replay, it wasn't nearly that bad. But yellow card, agreed. And a free kick to Manchester United. Getting Gabriel, brilliant goal for Arsenal, says Media, Radio, Jingles and Gaming. And it is a free kick on 64 minutes as we take a look at the challenge by Martinelli. Catches Garnacho there in the back of the leg. Certainly a free kick for Manchester United, who now have some thinking to do. They're down to 10 men. The game is tied up. What does Ruben Amorim do now? I think that's the question, isn't it? Where do you go from here? And Arsenal just equalised now. The momentum is certainly on the side of the Gunners, and Mikel Arteta had received a yellow card as well, and that was probably for his reaction on the second yellow card, I would say. Probably like me, probably thought it was a lot worse than what it actually was when you saw it in live time. But he's got a yellow card for his trouble as well. Now here's Arsenal coming forward with Odegaard. Odegaard drops the ball out wide. Oh, and here's a chance now for Raheem Sterling. Gets in the penalty area. The ball is pulled back and it's blocked. Here's a chance for Moreno, and it's headed over the crossbar. Moreno's shot, and it looked like it was headed over the crossbar. And I think that may have come off an Arsenal player last. I just want to take a look at this again. It's good work by Raheem Sterling. Getting into the penalty area, it's pulled back. The shot is blocked by Moreno. It looks like it might have come off a Manchester United defender's head. Yes, it's come off. Lisandro Martinez's head. It's going to be a corner to Arsenal, and it's going to be Martin Odegaard on the right-hand side to take it, in the absence of Bukayo Saka, of course. And this one is going to be swung in. 66 minutes gone. And the corner is swung in. Bayinda gets under it. A punch away, not very convincing. Alejandro Garnacho helps that ball out of play. As getting underway right now is Southampton and Swansea. Just give you an update on the scores. Still Crystal Palace 1, Stockport 0. Ipswich 3, Bristol Rovers 0. Newcastle 3, Bromley 1. And Southampton have just kicked off against Swansea at St Mary's. Here's Moreno. Gives the ball to Martinelli. Martinelli cuts back. And he gives the ball back to Moreno. Moreno's ball is disappointing, and Harry Maguire now breaking out for Manchester United. Actually, it's Manuel Ugarte. Manuel Ugarte breaking forward now. He's under the challenge there. That's a free kick, is it? No, the referee says no. Rasmus Højlund plays the ball across there to Lisandro Martinez, as Manchester United trying to break out in numbers. But Arsenal back defending here. And the ball is played across there to Martinez. Martinez plays the ball forward. And the header again by Saliba, not getting the ball away really. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes out wide to the chasing Rasmus Højlund. And as Højlund kept the ball in, it looks like he has. He drops the ball back to Mainu. And here's Nusa Mazraoui trying to win that ball back. Good work by Mazraoui. And David Ray is just going to leave that to go behind for a goal kick. Now, still 1-1. Of course, if we're tied at the end of 90 minutes, we will have extra time. And that'll give me just enough time to give you the scores at the end there. And if we do go to extra time, a short bathroom break for me. And the ball is across for Martin Odegaard. Odegaard out wide to Raheem Sterling down the right-hand side. Sterling cutting inside. Good play by Raheem Sterling. And just cleared away there by Nusa Mazraoui. And it's out with Jorginho there. No substitutes by Arsenal so far, or by Manchester United at this point either. And here is Timber, and the boy goes down in the penalty area, and a penalty! And Arsenal have a penalty! And Maguire is complaining, but Arsenal have a penalty. Kai Havertz goes down under the challenge. I didn't think there was much in this initially. I didn't see much reaction from the Arsenal players. But let's take a look here. I am really, really surprised at this, I have to be honest. Let's just pull the cross here. It's Kai Havertz. No, that's not a penalty. Kai Havertz goes down way too easily. Oh, that's shocking. That's a dive. That's a dive. What's up with that? That's a dive by Kai Havertz. That's disgusting. Referee, how are you letting that go on? And the fights are breaking out here. That's handbags at 6s and 7s, and I'm not surprised. This is absolutely disgusting. And all of a sudden, Maguire is just being moved away by Altay Bayindir. But that should not be a penalty. That is a disgusting decision. And I don't know whether he's reversed the decision, having spoke to his linesman. I don't know. Let's have a look. Yeah, they were pushing and shoving. He initially pointed to the spot and gave the penalty. And all of a sudden, you can see the pushing, the shoving. Somebody goes down. The yellow card is out. I don't know what to add about this. It looks like the penalty has been given, but if there's any justice, this won't go in. That is a vile decision by Andy Madley, and one at least he or one of his officials should have spotted. This is. Let's see who's going into the yellow card. The yellow card now. This is. We're going to see who's going into the book now. I have to say this is an awful decision. Somebody's just gone into the book. I'm not quite sure who it is, and I'll get that for you as soon as I can. But it's going to be Martin Odegaard with a penalty, and well, you can argue that this is why you would need VAR, but quite often VAR get these things wrong as well. So it's kind of difficult, isn't it? Where do you go? But Martin Odegaard is going to step up with this penalty, Nick, my producer, said he did see a few arguments. They looked ugly. Well, sure they looked ugly. The whole thing was ugly. It's Martin Odegaard anyway. He's going to step up and take this penalty for Arsenal. See if he can give Arsenal the lead in this game. On his line is Altay Bayindir. Odegaard steps up. And it's saved by Bayindir! It's a super save by Altay Bayindir! Gets to his left-hand side and makes the save. And Odegaard misses the penalty. And I have to say, that's justice done. Because there's no way that penalty should have been given in the first place. Yeah, there's no problem with Bayindir's stance on his line either. I'll just try and find out who gave. Well, Gabriel and Harry Maguire both got yellow cards in that melee. Yeah, that was that for me was he misses a penalty, and that for me would be justice, because, to be honest with you, that was never a penalty. That was a dive, and it was a blatant dive too, an absolute blatant dive. Anyway, it is a substitution by Arsenal now, and Declan Rice is coming on for Mikel Merino. This is Arsenal's substitution, first substitution made by choice, really. So Mikel Merino comes on the 73rd minute. Mikel Merino comes off and Declan Rice is on. I guess now what Mikel Arteta will be interested in now is getting the job done in normal time rather than extra time, especially with the North London derby on Wednesday as well. Media, radio, jingles and gaming said VAR is not always reliable, but I've got to agree with you, Paul. That penalty wasn't deserved. No, it certainly wasn't, and I've had my fill of this type of Chris Unwin said good save. That was not a penalty. Agreed. As Kai Havertz has now gone into... Oh no, Harry Maguire. This is updated from before. But yeah, that certainly wasn't a penalty. Not by any stretch of the imagination. And it's decisions and it's decisions like that why footballers dive. That's why they do it, because they know they can get away with it. And it's shocking, absolutely shocking. Kai Havertz also going into the referee's notebook in that melee as well. And picking up the ball in the centre of the field there is Miles Lewis-Skelly. Garnacho has fouled him, and it's going to be a free kick to the Arsenal. As Kai Havertz just picks up that yellow card there. And here's Odegaard for Arsenal, missing that penalty. Martin Odegaard. And well, here's Kai Havertz, now the villain of the piece here. Kai Havertz just trying to get to the byline, just out by the corner flag down the right hand side. He plays the ball back there to Jurrien Timber. Well, Chris, they're not trying to cheat; they are cheating. That was a deliberate dive by Kai Havertz, and one, as an Arsenal fan, I am not proud of. I don't like it when I especially don't like it when my own players do it. As frustrating as it is to see other teams do it. Here is Martinelli. The ball is out wide there to Miles Lewis-Skelly. Back to Martinelli. And it's now with Gabriel. Just drops the ball there to Lewis-Skelly again. And good ball again by Gabriel to Martinelli. Martinelli swings across in. Headed out there by Harry Maguire. Really been superb for Manchester United in this first half, in this second half rather, along with Lisandro Martinez and Nusa Mazraoui. Both have been excellent for Manchester United this afternoon. Here's a good ball there to Martin Odegaard, who gives the ball to Raheem Sterling. Sterling cuts inside, back to Odegaard. Odegaard lifts the ball into the middle, and a free header! And turned over the crossbar! Oh, a free header by Declan Rice! And it was turned over the crossbar by Altay Bayindir as he makes another superb save. You see this here, just lifts the ball in. And the free header, it's a super save by Altay Bayindir. But Arsenal coming so close there to getting the second goal. And Kevin Benson, who cares? It's only Man United, they invented cheating. All right, let's not start any wars in the chat. I'll find it hard keeping up with the drama. Corner ball for Arsenal. And Chris, yes, I want to say it was a fantastic save, wasn't it? It was at Altay Bayindir, to be fair, but it was a beautiful reaction save. And turned over the crossbar that time. And it'll be a corner to Arsenal. We have 13 minutes to go in this game before we are looking at extra time. As Bayindir celebrates that save, and well he might. Odegaard and Rice, Declan Rice now. Is he going over to take that corner? We'll see. But we still got the goalkeeper down, Altay Bayindir, right now. Might as well just run you through the scores. 1-1 here, as you know. Crystal Palace still 1-0 up against Stockport County. Ipswich Town 3-0 up against Bristol Rovers. Newcastle United 3, Bromley 1 still. And as we take a look at Bruno Fernandes's strike, it's a first time strike, and then we look at the equaliser, which definitely took a deflection. I'm still not sure whether Gabriel is going to get credit for that, or whether it will go down as a Mateus de Ligt own goal. That'll certainly be announced later on, one would suspect. Bayindir still down, as the Arsenal fans looking very pleased at the moment. Certainly they are in control of this game right now. I don't think there's any question about that. And as we take a look at the Arsenal bench, and Ruben Amorim just looking on. It's been a hard takeover for him at Old Trafford. Certainly, they've struggled a little bit, but got a really good result against Liverpool. But it's not going. This game has certainly proved to be no easier for them. If they want to hold on to their FA Cup title, they're going to need to get a goal. And finally, the corners, we're just working out who's going to take the corner. It is going to be Martin Odegaard. Just back on his feet. And the corner is going to be taken by Martin Odegaard. I don't think either of these teams will really want extra time or anything beyond that. But that's the way it's heading right now with 12 minutes left to go. It's short there to Declan Rice. Declan Rice back to the edge of the area. The cross swung in by Jorginho, headed out, up in the air again. Declan Rice tries to bring it down. Gives the ball to Odegaard, corner of the penalty out, left-hand corner of the penalty area, right-hand side. Tries to play Declan Rice in, but Lisandro Martinez gets across and makes a challenge there. And it's going to be a triple substitution for Manchester United. We're going to see Tom Collier. So I've just got to keep myself busy right now. Tom Collier. I think we're going to see Joshua Zirkzee. And we're also going to see Amad Diallo. So let's see who's coming off. So Kobe Mainu is off. We're going to get a full list for you in a moment. Kobe Mainu is off. And just waiting to see who the other two are. So Toby Collier is on. So yes, we're going to see Rasmus Højlund off for Joshua Zirkzee. Not surprised on that. And then we got one more. Højlund has run himself into the ground today. Not really been very successful though. He goes off today as his day is done. And I'm just going to finally get who that final substitute is. And it's Alejandro Garnacho. Okay, so let's run through these for you. So Garnacho, Højlund and Mainu are off. Collier, Amad Diallo and Joshua Zirkzee are on. So that's a triple substitution for Manchester United. Thank you very much for that. And here is that the ball is played there by Timber to Declan Rice. Rice to Gabriel Martinelli. Martinelli trying to get to the byline. Does he get the cross in? Martinelli, and it's headed out there by once again by Harry Maguire, but it looks like the ball was taken out of play by Gabriel Martinelli, and it's a goal kick for Manchester United. And let's see now. Triple substitution there for Manchester United. I just wonder whether Arsenal are going to react likewise. Chris Unwin says, Kevin, there are reasons why Man United were successful, and it's certainly not cheating. Oh, see, Kevin, look where you started now. I'm just kidding. The ball is picked up here in the middle of the park by Bruno Fernandes, and it's cleared back into the Arsenal half of the field. And the ball is out of play. It's a throw into Arsenal. Here is William Saliba, gives the ball to Gabriel. Hattie Blake in the comments. How are you doing, Hattie? I hope you're okay. Tamworth 0, Tottenham Hotspur 3 after extra time. That's correct. Don't think I've seen you in the chat before, Hattie. Tell us where you're chatting from, and I hope you're having a really wonderful Sunday afternoon. The ball is played out wide there to Martinelli. Martinelli just trying to get away from Amad Diallo. The ball is swung into the box and headed up into the air by Maguire. Hooked away by Mesraoui there. And once again, Mesraoui has another go at that and puts that ball out of play. And it's going to be a throw-in to Arsenal. And the ball is dropped back here to Saliba. Saliba back there to Odegaard. Odegaard to Gabriel. Gabriel. Good ball there to Martin Odegaard again. Odegaard played forward there to Sterling, but he's in an offside position. It's going to be a free kick to Manchester United as we tick down the last 7 minutes in this game at the Emirates. It is still Arsenal 1, Manchester United 1. If either of these sides can get a goal in the next sort of 7 minutes or so, I have to think that might be enough. But it's a free kick now to Manchester United as Mikel Arteta chatting to his coaching staff. I don't think either of these two teams are going to want extra time, but it's headed on there. Good challenge and played forward here to Declan Rice. Rice, good ball to Martinelli, out wide to Raheem Sterling. And now Sterling gets a cross in. Oh, it bounces over, everybody's dead. Diallo clears it only as far as Odegaard. And it's back now with Lewis Skelly. And here's Declan Rice. Rice, oh, good challenge there by Bruno Fernandes. Well played. And he plays the ball forward over the halfway line. Oh yes, there's some history between Crystal Palace and a certain Eric Cantona. And here is the ball is with he's just holding his all. There's just one of the Arsenal players there just clutched the back of his leg for a moment. That's Jorginho, and it's now with Odegaard. Odegaard launches the ball into the penalty area, and it's clutched out of the air. And Bayinda holds that ball safely as we have only about 5 minutes left. I'm not gonna give my player of the match until the last part of extra time if it goes that far, just simply because we've got another 30 minutes to play. If this game finishes tied, no more replays anymore. And here's Jurrien Timber for Arsenal. Timber gives the ball there to Declan Rice. Good ball there to Miles Lewis-Skelly. Lewis-Skelly holds the ball up. He's right on the halfway line. And he gives the ball back there to Declan Rice. And across here, just limping a little bit here is Saliba. The ball is out wide to Raheem Sterling. Just moving a bit gingerly is Saliba. And here's Jorginho. Across to Gabriel. Southampton have taken a 1-0 lead against Swansea. As the ball is now with Jorginho again. Jorginho gives the ball to Gabriel, to Miles Lewis-Skelly. Out wide here to Gabriel Martinelli. Martinelli cuts inside. Martinelli tries to swing the ball, and it's a really good block that time by Amad Diallo. Good defensive work, and Joshua Zirkzee holding the ball up well. And Zirkzee sets off Amad Diallo on his way, and chasing into the middle is Toby Collier. The ball is pulled back to Zirkzee with a shot, takes a deflection, and Diallo is chasing this one along with Raya, and he slides the ball wide, and it's going to be a goal kick. Chris says, I'm guessing this will go to extra time because I don't think there will be a goal now. Well, time's ticking down, so it very well might. Kevin Benson says he used to love United back in the 70s and 80s. Koppel, a legend. As we take a look at this break from Manchester United as they try to get a winner. It does seem to be that we are heading for extra time. And some full-time scores coming in. At full-time here, I'll give you those scores. Here's Declan Rice for Arsenal. Good ball to Gabriel Martinelli down the left-hand side. Martinelli trying to get to the byline. Checks back. He's got Bruno Fernandes in front of him, and here's Declan Rice with a cross to the back post. There's nobody there. It's headed out by Lisandro Martinez, though, but only as far as Saliba, and it's now with Raheem Sterling. Sterling just cutting into the middle. He lays it off for Odegaard. Odegaard lifts the ball into the penalty area. Here's a chance for... Oh, it's another golden opportunity for Havertz. How has he put the ball over the crossbar from 2 yards out? Oh, that has got to be one of the worst misses I have ever seen. Goodness me. Odegaard launches the ball into the middle. It bounces for Kai Havertz. He's 2 yards out, and he puts the ball over the crossbar. Oh, what a chance for Arsenal! That would have wrapped it up right there. Excuse me. What a chance! And well, all I can say is if Manchester United come out winners in this tie, Kai Havertz will have to look back with not so fond memories of that one. It looks like there's going to be 7 minutes stoppage time at the end of this game. Well, it's going to be a throw in here. And I suspect Arsenal will have to look at making some substitutions. They've only made 2 so far. One of them, in fact, enforced with Gabriel Jesus. The throw-in taken on the left-hand side, taken quickly by Mazraoui. And it goes out of play again. It's a throw-in to Arsenal, which Jurrien Timber will take. He throws it back to Saliba. And the ball played forward by Saliba. And just trying to bring that ball under control is Raheem Sterling. Oh, that's good play. Here's Odegaard. Oh, there's a foul, and it's a free kick for Manchester United for the foul on Lisandro Martinez. As time ticking down here. Media, radio, jingles and gaming says that would have been the end of the match if that had gone in. Come on, Gunners. Kevin Benson says Palace misses v Stockport on par. Well, it's full time there at Selhurst Park, and Palace do win and will go into the 4th round draw, which is coming up at the end of this game. Nicholas Jones is going to bring you coverage of the 4th round draw. I will be departing at full time. It's a free kick now for Manchester United. Lisandro Martinez launches in towards the back post, headed on by Maguire, but David Raya just plucks the ball out of the air and releases it quickly. Here goes Raheem Sterling. Sterling now, 2 on 4. Arsenal need extra players there. Sterling doing well though. Raheem Sterling gets a shot away, but it's blocked. Odegaard fails to control that rebound, and it's cleared away by Toby Collier. And Manchester United, well, it's 1-1, and we have got this 7 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this game. Can any one of these 2 teams get a winner within that time? Here is Declan Rice across to Bruno Fernandes. There to Saliba. Gabriel to Miles Lewis-Skelly. And it's back with Gabriel. Good ball down the left-hand side to Martinelli. And he's got Amad Diallo in front of him. Martinelli gets the cross in towards the back post. And it's just headed out of play by Nusa Mazraoui. And it's going to be a corner to Arsenal, as we have played 2 minutes of the allotted minimum of 7 minutes stoppage time left at the end of this FA Cup 3rd round tie. And the corner is going to be taken by Martin Odegaard, as Arsenal desperately looking for a winner here, as the corner is going to be taken by Martin Odegaard. He's going to swing this one in. He's just taking his time at the moment. It's swung in here. They're headed out by Collier, only as far as the edge of the penalty area to Sterling. Sterling holds the ball up. He may swing the ball in himself. He does. It's just almost chested down there by Gabriel, but Manchester United breaking away with Nusa Mazraoui. Mazraoui drops the ball back, and just trying to win that is Manuel Ugarte. Ugarte goes down under the challenge, and Arsenal win the ball back. And here is Kai Havertz. The ball is played across there to Saliba with a shot, but it goes wide. It was a long-range effort by Saliba, but wide of the target. And Manchester United and Arsenal tied up at 1, as this game is winding down to extra time. Of course, back in the day, this will go back to a replay at Old Trafford in 10 days, but replay is now done away with. And I don't know what other football fans feel about that. I personally don't like it. Tamworth would have gotten a replay at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium today, and that would have been a huge amount of revenue boost for that club. So I'm not happy with the fact that the replays have been done away with, but that's where we're at, I'm afraid. The ball goes out of play from the goal kick. It was flicked on by Collier, but it's going to be a throw into Arsenal. Timber takes it and drops it back to Saliba. Nick says no replays, in his opinion, is a mixed bag. And here's Declan Rice over the halfway line. And here goes Declan Rice again, just dropped off there to Martinelli. Martinelli to Jorginho. Here's a chance for Declan Rice. Declan Rice with a shot, whistles across the face of goal. Bayinda was beaten all ends up, and it whistles across the face of goal and goes wide as Arsenal come very close yet again. We'll just see if it took a deflection here, because I think Arsenal have been given a corner. Well, he's onside. He's been played onside by Alessandro Martinez. Oh, it's actually a really good save by Altay Bayinda. Gets a touch on that, does Bayinda. A super save. And he has made some extraordinary saves today as well. The corner is going to be taken by Martin Odegaard. And it's swung in, headed out by Joshua Zirkzee as far as Jurrien Timmer, but he only gives the ball away. And Joshua Zirkzee now for Manchester United. Zirkzee over the halfway line. Oh, one-on-one is Amad Diallo. Super goalkeeping. And it's lifted over David Raya by Zirkzee, but it's wide. The offside flag is up anyway. But just for a moment there, Arsenal broke down very easily by a slide rule pass by Joshua Zirkzee to Amad Diallo. And here is the ball is through now to Sterling. Sterling gets a cross in, and it goes behind for a corner to Arsenal. Chris Unwin says wrong decision. Just scrap replays, especially for the lower league sides as well. I agree with you, Chris. Definitely true. A lot of lower league clubs make a lot of revenue on replays, and to do away with them like that, I think is poor form on the FA's part. But the corner is going to be taken for Arsenal. And just whistling in this corner now on the far side is going to be Martin Odegaard. Time ticking down now. We've got about 90 seconds before this minimum of 7 minutes is done. The corner comes in, swung over to the back post and headed behind by Gabriel Martinelli. And the end of this game, as we go into extra time, I will read out the full-time scores. I'm going to take a short break, and then I'll be right back for extra time. And for the time being now, Altay Bayinda is going to take this goal kick, and he doesn't appear to be in any hurry, as Ruben Amorim, well, despite Arsenal being, certainly since a red card, certainly being the more threatening team, you have to say that Manchester United have defended well, rode their luck a little bit with some missed chances from Havertz, but nevertheless, they've performed very, very well to keep themselves in this game. And the ball is played forward. They're looking for Raheem Sterling, but Harry Maguire is there. Kevin Benson says, yeah, we know lower teams are not as fit and don't practice pens as much, but 90 minutes at each house is realistic. Now we've got Russ Vernon in the chat too. Listening to you now, Paul, after the Newcastle Bromley game is now finished. Yes, finished 3-1, I believe. And here's Manchester United coming forward now. Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes trying to get to the byline, gets across and it goes behind Zirkzee and Diallo. And cutting across to win the ball back is Gabriel Martinelli. Well played by him. And it's dropped back, and that's it. It is full time. We are going to extra time, folks. And, the other scores coming in. I'll just give you all the scores from today. Doncaster beat Hull on penalties. Spurs beat Tamworth 3-0 after extra time. Crystal Palace beat Stockport County 1-0. Ipswich beat Bristol Rovers 3-0. Newcastle United beat Bromley 3-1. And with 32 minutes gone, Southampton are beating Swansea by a goal to nil. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Welcome back to the start of extra time. So players have just not got the game underway just yet, but we are almost ready. Southampton have increased their lead against Swansea, and extra time will be getting underway very, very shortly. Arsenal look like they are bringing on Leandro Trossard. I'm just seeing that's probably going to be for Gabriel Martinelli, I suspect. And Manuel Ugarte is off as well. Let's. Who has come on for Manuel Ugarte? I'm just trying to see who that is. But Leandro Trossard is on. But Ugarte has gone off. And I've just seen somebody coming on. It might be. That actually might be Malassier, actually, that had come on. I guess we'll be able to tell you in just a moment. Let's take a look. Yes, it's Tyrell Malassier, and it's Miles Lewis-Skelly that has gone off for Arsenal. So, let's run you through that. So, 2 substitutions, one by either side. Manuel Ugarte goes off. He's being replaced by Tyrell Malassier, and Miles Lewis-Skelly is being replaced by Leandro Trossard, which is an interesting substitution. So we are going to get this second half underway here now, which Manchester United will do, attacking the goal to our left again. Let's see now whether we can find a winner in extra time. Ball is played forward, picked up by Lisandro Martinez. Excuse me. It's an interesting substitution by Arsenal, taking off Miles Lewis-Skelly to bring on Leandro Trossard. Looking certainly to try to get this game won. Possibly before penalties. The ball is played forward. Chasing this one now is Gabriel Martinelli, but it goes behind for a goal kick. So comments in the comment section. Hattie Blake says Arsenal 2, United 1 after extra time. Kevin Benson said, did I miss something, or why no teams wearing red? So Kevin, the reason Arsenal aren't wearing red as they normally would be, they've got a campaign with Adidas going called No More Red. They have this shirt on FA Cup third round day as a way to bring awareness to knife crime and youth violence in London. So they wear it on every FA Cup third round day, regardless of whether they're home or away. Here is Saliba. Saliba gives the ball there to Declan Rice. Good ball there to Jorginho. Jorginho sets off Timber on his way. And the ball is now with Martin Odegaard. And it's played across there to Gabriel. Looks like Leandro Trossard has gone into a centre forward role. That seems to be where he's at right now, but whether that'll change, I don't know. And here is Odegaard. Odegaard, good ball to Kai Havertz. Havertz just turns away there from Collier. Gives the ball back to Odegaard down the right-hand side. Jorginho lifts the ball over the top, looking for Havertz, but not able to get there. And it's collected by Altay Bayinda. Hattie Blake says she was rooting for Tamworth earlier, and I think I was as well, Hattie, actually. You're not the only one. I think a lot of people were. But took them all the way to extra time. They can be very proud of the performance today. And the ball is out of play. It's going to be a throw-in to Manchester United. Throw-in taken by Tyrell Malassier. Picked up there by Lisandro Martinez. Back to Malassier again. And he lifts the ball forward in an offside position. Is Amad Diallo. And it's a free kick to Arsenal. Russ said also he was wanting Tamworth to win today. I think everyone but Spurs fans was wanting Tamworth to win today, to be honest. Here is Martin Odegaard. If nothing else, it would have been quite funny. And here's Gabriel. now. Ball forward to Declan Rice, out wide to Martinelli. Martinelli, he's got Mazraoui in front of him. Pulled the ball back to the edge of the area, played through. Here's a chance for Declan Rice. Oh, super block by Toby Collier. I think it was Toby Collier, or was it Matthias de Ligt? It was Matthias de Ligt. Super block there with a chance from Declan Rice. And it is a free kick now to Arsenal for the foul. Just looking at this again. It's a good ball through. Real chance there for Declan Rice. But a super challenge by Matthias de Ligt. And the free kick is for Arsenal anyway. And it's midway inside the Manchester United half of the field. And it's going to be Martin Odegaard that is going to take this one. Odegaard is just going to lift this into the penalty area. Havertz goes up with a header. Comfortable save for Bayindir. And Hattie says, I was gutted for them, but it was a good game. Media, radio, jingles and gaming said he wanted Tamworth to win that game as they're a lower side. And to finish 0-0 against the Premier League side. Tottenham is amazing. And Tamworth played incredibly well in that game. That's the FA Cup for you. It's heartbreak and shocks, and that's what makes its competition so magnificent. Goes back to the goalkeeper, David Raya, who volleys it downfield. Header won by Harry Maguire. 20 attempts by Arsenal, only 5 on target. The ball is played forward now, looking for Leandro Trossard. Trossard just turning away and drops the ball back there to Martinelli. Martinelli cutting into the penalty area. Is he going to be able to get the cross away? Martinelli, he does, but it's blocked. It's once again good defending. This time by Matthias de Ligt again. And it's cleared away by Manchester United outfield for a throw-in. Well, this is an opportunity now for Arsenal to put some pressure on this Manchester United defence. And we've had 5 minutes of extra time here. It's Arsenal 1, Manchester United 1. Just 6 minutes gone of extra time as we're looking for a goal to separate these two sides. It's a corner for Arsenal, and it's going to be Declan Rice taking this from the left-hand side. It looks like he's going to swing this one in. Although Andy Madley is coming across to talk to a couple of players once again. Andy Madley not exactly filled himself with glory this evening. The cross is going to come in by Declan Rice. Rice swung in towards the back post. The heads go up. Good work by Altay Bayindir. Just gets a good hand on that and turns it wide. And see it just coming in there. Good work by the goalkeeper. Bayindir has certainly had a much more solid performance in this game than he had in the League Cup game against Tottenham Hotspur. Corner again. This time is going to be taken by Martin Odegaard, this time on the right hand side. Martin Odegaard swings it in and just knocked away there by Bruno Fernandes. Good play, and it's out to the centre of the park. Declan Rice knocks it back to his goalkeeper David Ray, who was almost out by the centre circle, and picked up by Jorginho. Jorginho was looking for Sterling and eventually finds him via a deflection. Here's Sterling now. Sterling trying to get towards the byline. That's a really fine challenge by Tyrone Malacia. And United, I have to say, have defended very, very well in this game, especially with just 10 men. They really have defended superbly under the circumstances. Here's Sterling. And it's picked up there by Havertz, and the ball goes behind for a goal kick. Poor touch by Havertz. Havertz had 2 golden opportunities in this game, not most notably the one with about 2 minutes to go that he somehow managed to put over the bar from 2 yards out. Russ thinks it'll go to penalties. Hattie Blake says score prediction, anyone? Yes, if anyone's got any predictions, just pop it in the chat. I'll read them out. Russ says he thinks it's going to penalties anyway. And the goal kick is going to be taken by Altai Bayinda, cleared downfield. Headed down there as Declan Rice wins that ball. Chris says good to see United hanging on well with 10 men. And I am losing my voice. Here is Martin Odegaard. Odegaard holds the ball up. And it's now with... Oh, that's good play there by Raheem Sterling. It's won back by Toby Collier. Good work by him. Gives the ball to Malacia across there to Bruno. Across there and intercepted by Bruno Fernandes. He drops the ball back to Matthijs de Ligt. And he plays the ball forward, but it's won back by Arsenal. And now here is Odegaard. And Odegaard is about 30 yards out. He's going to drop the ball out wide to Gabriel Martinelli. Martinelli gets to the byline, the cross coming in. And Lisandro Martinez heads it away, but not far enough away. Collier heads the ball out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in. It's half-time at St Mary's. Southampton 2, Swansea 0. We have 5 minutes to go in the first half of extra time. And Thomas Partey is now coming on for Arsenal. And just coming off there is Jurrien Timber. So it looks like Partey will slip into the the right back position. And that's on that's on 100 minutes. And here's Sterling. Lift the ball over the top. Here's Havertz with a chance again. Squared across. Oh, he's turned over the crossbar. Oh, I say it once again. Another massive miss. This time by Leandro Trossard. Oh, how are they missing these chances? Oh, goodness me. Now, he might have been in an offside position anyway, but he pulls the ball across. Oh, that is shocking. Absolutely shocking. Unless a Manchester United player got a touch on that, but I think Leandro Trossard was the last one. And, well, what an opportunity for Arsenal again. And here's Toby Collier. He goes down under the challenge, and it's a free kick to Manchester United. Jurrien Timber is off, and Thomas Partey is on, of course. And Toby Collier there, fouled by Kai Havertz. Havertz needs to be careful, of course, because he has been booked. A foul like that could very much help even up the numbers. As, well, Hattie Blake says, thank God United are still in it. Media Radio Jingles and Gaming said that should have been a goal. Hattie Blake agrees. I'm starting to side with Ross on this, and it might go to penalties. As the ball is all the way back to Altai Bayinda in rather an extraordinary back pass there. From inside the Manchester United half of the field. It comes back by Bayinda, and it's knocked out of play by Joshua Zirkzee. It's going to be a throw-in for Arsenal. Well, time ticking down. We've almost played the first 15 minutes of extra time. Here is Declan Rice. He gives the ball there to Thomas Partey. Partey got options left and right. It's a good ball to Raheem Sterling. Sterling, oh, nice pass there to Jorginho. Back to Odegaard. Odegaard, Leandro Trossard now with a chance, and he balloons it over the crossbar. As Arsenal's finishing today, well, Arsenal's finishing today has been very, very poor indeed. And once again, it really highlights the need that Arsenal have for a striker right now. Substitution for Manchester United. Lenny Yoro is coming on, and coming off is Harry Maguire. And Harry Maguire has been absolutely superb this evening. And I think he can be very proud of his performance. He's part of that back three, as Hattie said, the defending has been excellent in this game. And this is a prime example of it as Manchester United use up their last substitution now. Harry Maguire going off. And Lenny Yoro is coming on. Media radio jingles and gaming says he thinks it's going to penalties. Does anyone know the Bromley score? Yes, it finished 3-1 to Newcastle, Hattie. As Maguire is off the field. And we're into our last minute here of half-time, before half-time of extra time. Altay Bayinda clears the ball downfield, right-footed. Up in the air, but it goes out of play. It's going to be a throw into Arsenal. And it's going to be taken by Thomas Partey. Well, still 2-0 to Southampton. They're at half-time right now at St Mary's. Lisandro Martinez plays the ball across there to Matthijs de Ligt. Picking it up in midfield is picking it up is Leandro Trossard, and he gives the ball to Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz lifts the ball over to the back post. Chasing it down is Gabriel Martinelli, but he's not going to get there. It goes behind for a goal kick. As the time ticking down here at the Emirates as we cross into stoppage time at the end of the first half of extra time. We're going to see 2 minutes of that. And there'll be a short break between the two teams. They'll cross sides and they will resume the second half. It'll give me just enough time just to take in some liquid because my throat is feeling a bit scratchy. It's downfield there by Altay Bayinda. It's cleared on as Jorginho trying to pick up the ball. Is he fouled by Toby Collier? The referee says yes. It's a free kick for Arsenal. And it's taken quickly. And here is Declan Rice. Just been the engine of this midfield since he's come on. Here is Thomas Partey. Partey. There's the ball across to Gabriel. Here's Havertz. Havertz. Ball out wide there to Gabriel Martinelli. Martinelli holds up the ball. And drop back to Gabriel. And just under pressure there, it's picked up there by Leandro Trossard. Arsenal keeping possession, just seeing out this first half. We've played the 2 minutes of added time now, and it's played out wide to Raheem Sterling. Sterling forward there to Partey, to Odegaard, and it breaks loose and finally cleared away that time by Lisandro Martinez. And Saliba to Thomas Partey. Now to Raheem Sterling. Sterling holds the ball up, cuts into the middle, and he finds Jorginho. Jorginho lifts the ball over the top, looking for Partey. And it's Odegaard. Odegaard, is he going to swing that ball in? No, he plays it across there to Gabriel. Gabriel, good ball to Partey. Can Partey get the cross in? He can to the back post. There's a free header by Rice! And Havertz just trying to reach that one. Desperately couldn't get there. And that was so close to Arsenal hitting the second goal, as it's half-time of extra time now. And, well, that was just touched in almost by Havertz. It was just a bit too far away from him. It's been a frustrating afternoon for Kai Havertz. Missed some golden opportunities. Well, it's half-time of extra time, and the players will just take some liquids. Me too, because my throat is getting really scratchy. So, should this game go to penalties, the draw will come after this game. And Chris Unwin said it's hard to predict who wins this one now. Well, I agree with you with that one. I certainly do, because to be honest, it's the chances have come for Arsenal. They've not put them away. As we look again at this one, it looks like it was a combination of De Ligt and Leandro Trossard with that chance. De Ligt actually got there first. So actually, rather than that being Leandro Trossard's miss, that was actually a superb piece of defending by Matthijs de Ligt. And yes, we'll get the second half back underway shortly. Half time at St Mary's, 2-0. Other scores: Newcastle 3, Bromley 1, Ipswich 3, Bristol Rovers 0, Crystal Palace 1, Stockport County 0, Tamworth 0, Tottenham Hotspur 3. Doncaster also winning on penalties against Hull, 5-4 on penalties, in case you're interested. Still waiting for this second half to get underway. Hattie Blake says, I reckon Swansea come back from 2 down to win 4-2 after extra time. The way Southampton's season's going, I wouldn't be at all surprised. And see Emirates Stadium lit up as the dark sky over London. Will it be a dark sky over Manchester United's season, or will it be a dark sky over Arsenal's season? Because really the FA Cup is the only trophy that realistically I think Arsenal can win now. So this should be, and with the history that Arsenal have in the FA Cup, it's a tradition that goes back a long way. 14 FA Cup victories, the most by any team. Manchester United currently on 13. So Declan Rice will get us underway. They'll be attacking the goal to our right. So 15 minutes if left in this. I will bring you the player of the match in about 5 or 6 minutes time. I've already made up my mind who it's going to be. And I'll just announce it to Nick, actually, because he's my producer. He's going to want that. So I'm just going to give him that now. And the rest of you will get the announcement in 5 or 6 minutes time. Here's Diallo. Amad Diallo now for Manchester United. Back in the Arsenal defence. Oh, it's played across to Xerxes. Here's a chance for Xerxes. Oh, super save by David Raya. Oh, he got down very well to make that save. As Joshua Xerxes, and a chance for Manchester United. Oh, look at this. And you can see it was a good ball by Diallo. Great awareness by the young man. Finds Joshua Xerxes, and a super save it took a deflection as well. Good save by David Raya. That wasn't as easy as it initially looked with the deflection. Excellent reaction save. And well, it's going to be a corner to Manchester United. It's still 1-1 this game, very much in the balance. Bruno Fernandes with the corner. It's swung in, punched out by David Raya, only right back to Bruno. And he'll just let that ball go out of play, and it'll be a throw-in for Manchester United. Level with the Manchester United penalty area. Hattie Blake is suffering some anxiety right now. Well, that's part of the competition, isn't it? That's part of the cup. That's what's so wonderful about the FA Cup is, teams like Arsenal, Manchester United, realistic chances of winning it. And it's a trophy, really, that, in my opinion, is really worth going for. If I was either one of these two teams, I would be taking this trophy very, very seriously. And here is Leandro Trossard now for Arsenal, under pressure from Mazraoui. And it's a foul by Mazraoui, and it's going to be a free kick to Arsenal. Jorginho is going to take it. And it's a ball out wide there to Partey. Partey gives the ball to Sterling. Back to Partey. Partey back there to Odegaard. Odegaard back to Thomas Partey now. Good play by Thomas Partey. releases the ball there now, the cross coming in, and it's good defensive work by Toby Collier. Goes behind for another corner to Arsenal. Media, Radio, Jingles and Gaming says overall it's been a pretty equal good game. Chances from both sides, but only one side can win the game. And here is Sterling. Sterling lifts the ball in. It's headed on by, it's Gabriel Martinelli, but it's a comfortable save by Altay Bayinda, who has been incredibly impressive today as well. It's been a tough choice picking that player of the match. Options really from both sides. And I will be giving you the player of the match at the next stoppage in play. It's headed out there and picked up. That was a foul by Amad Diallo. And I'm going to give you the player of the match now. So today's man of the match, as sponsored by Commentary Services, goes to Manchester United's number 5, Harry Maguire. His performance has been absolutely outstanding today on every category. Just brilliant in the way that he's been defending. He really, really looked like the Harry Maguire of yesteryear who was at Leicester. Really strong performance by him today. I think he can be very proud of his overall performance today. So, player of the match, number 5 for Manchester United, Harry Maguire. Here's Sterling. Drops the ball back there to Odegaard. Odegaard lifts the ball up to Sterling. It's crossed in, but the offside flag is up. And it's going to be a free kick to Manchester United. It looks like, well, it looks level there. It's kind of tight. But it is, in fact, a free kick to Manchester United. And Southampton 2-0 up against Swansea. Chris Unwin says agree. Harry Maguire has been brilliant for United this afternoon. Nicholas says EFL clubs in the FA Cup are severely underestimated in my opinion, given Doncaster's win over Hull. Matthias de Ligt gives the ball to Lisandro Martinez, plays the ball forward to Xerxes, and then it goes back, and now here is Amad Diallo. Diallo, corner of the penalty area, left-hand side, drops the ball back to Bruno Fernandes. Good ball to Collier. Collier, nice ball to Mazraoui. Mazraoui towards the back post, there's a header! And it looks like Diallo might have just been climbing on the back of Saliba. And he just helps the Frenchman on his feet. And Manchester United and Arsenal will get the game underway again. As here is Martin Odegaard. Odegaard plays the ball across there to Raheem Sterling. We've got 10 minutes left of extra time before we could be looking at a penalty shootout if nobody can get a winner here. Thomas Partey, back to Odegaard. Odegaard swings the ball in and it just goes above everybody's head and out of play for a throw-in. Chris Unwin says Biander has also been brilliant this afternoon, making incredible saves against Arsenal. Hattie Blake says 110. Ross says penalties will happen for him. We'll just wait and see if that's going to be the case. We don't know, but we'll wait and see. Certainly, I think both these sides have potentially goals in them. It's a goal kick for Manchester United, and it's the Arsenal physio is on right now, just seen to Jorginho, as players now suffering the usual cramps that players get at this time. At the time, Hattie Blake says Biandir is actually her player of the match, and that's fine. We're all entitled to his opinions on here. I generally try to get people's predictions for player of the match as well. It's always interesting to get everybody's view on this. My personal reason for giving it for Maguire is just I think he's been a rock at the back for Manchester United tonight, and he has come under some considerable heat from Manchester United fans recently. So it's nice to see him play so well tonight for Manchester United. Final substitution for Arsenal. Just trying to see who is coming on. It is Kieran Tierney coming on for Arsenal, and Jorginho is going off. So 113 minutes in fact. So Jorginho is going off, Kieran Tierney is on, as I think possibly both sides maybe just be settling in, ready for a penalty shootout. The ball is played forward. Kai Havertz is chasing this one, but coming back is Mazraoui, also a candidate for player of the match. And here's Thomas Partey with Joshua Zirkzee, but it's a free kick here for a foul on Raheem Sterling. Both sides use their allotted 5 substitutes now, as we are ready. Hattie Blake says Jorginho is a good Arsenal player, so why sub him off? I think they're just resting him at this point with the North London derby coming up. Here's Sterling. Sterling cuts into the penalty area, and it's only broke loose as far as Saliba, and Saliba is, or is it Raheem Sterling is alleged to have fouled Lisandro Martinez, and there's going to be a free kick as we are ticking slowly towards that dreaded penalty shootout. As we just take a look at this again, and yes, Raheem Sterling's got his arm all over Malacia, in fact, there. And a free kick given. Well, the goal kick is going to be taken by, or the free kick is going to be taken by Altay Bayinda. Could prove himself to be a hero yet more. He's already saved 1 penalty, of course, in this game. And he may have the opportunity in about 5 or 6 minutes to save some more. Here is Martinelli. Martinelli goes down under the challenge there of Amad Diallo. The free kick is taken. Play on. Here's Leandro Trossard. Trossard plays the ball across to Thomas Partey. 5 minutes to go in this one. Here's Partey. And the ball across here to Declan Rice. Declan Rice plays the ball out to Tierney. Tierney just holds the ball up, swings the cross in, and it just evades everybody's head, and it's put behind by Tyrell Malacia. Probably the right thing to do under the circumstances, but it is another corner for Arsenal. Hattie Blake says Bayinda is better than Onana. He says Onana's another player that's been struggling recently as well, isn't he? It's not been great for Manchester United at all. But it's going to be a corner for Arsenal now. And it's going to be Martin Odegaard taking it down the right-hand side as time is ticking down in this game. Odegaard swings the ball in, and it's punched out by Bayinda. Decent punch on it that time. Header won by Declan Rice, but challenged by Amad Diallo. And well, it'd be interesting to see how much stoppage time will be added on at the end of this 120 minutes. But here is Sterling. Sterling skipping into the penalty area, but good work by Lisandro Martinez. He just allowed that ball to run away from Sterling and go behind for a goal kick. As, well, penalties is on the horizon. I think at the time, I'm starting to be convinced of it myself now. Even though we do have about 3 minutes left in this game. As the Manchester United fans cheering on their team as well. Well, they've enjoyed their afternoon in London. They'll get back pretty late, but they've certainly enjoyed their afternoon in London. As the ball is thrown back to the goalkeeper, and here is David Raya. David Raya releases the ball here to Gabriel. Gabriel gives the ball now to Kieran Tierney. Tierney just puts his foot on the ball and drops it to Gabriel. Gabriel to Saliba. Saliba across to Odegaard. Odegaard down the right-hand side. And good ball by Sterling back to Declan Rice. Can Odegaard get the cross in now? He launches it in. And the heads go up by Havertz, but it goes wide. And it's going to be a goal kick as Kai Havertz sees another effort going wide. He's certainly not shone his brightest light today as Havertz. between the dive and the chances missed, he's just not shown himself in a good light today. Hattie Blake says 7-6 to Arsenal on penalties. Well, we'll see whether that happens. Here's Altay Bayindir, launches the ball downfield as we've got 2 minutes left in this one now, before we're looking at a penalty shootout. Here's Amad Diallo, and it's offside and a free kick to Arsenal. Here's Kieran Tierney. Tierney now just over the halfway line, and he gives the ball there to Gabriel Martinelli. Martinelli holds the ball up, cuts inside, gets the cross in, it's headed away there by De Ligt, only as far as Thomas Partey, but it's a foul on Matthijs De Ligt. I'm just trying to see, somebody just landed on top of the poor man. I'm not sure who it was. Oh, it was Kai Havertz. Media, radio, jingles and games. I can see from the TV pictures United fans are certainly enjoying the afternoon, and if they win it will be even more enjoyable. Altay Bayindir apparently has got the TV pick for player of the match. There you go, shows what I know. And it's free kick now to Manchester United. And the Manchester United fans waving their flags. Hattie Blake says, who thinks Man United versus Manchester City FA Cup final? Well, that happened again. Well, it very well might. It'll be interesting, certainly, but we'll wait and see, as we are now just about played the full quota of extra time. Here is Gabriel. Gabriel plays the ball across there to Saliba. Saliba to Thomas Partey. Partey. That's a good ball there. And it's now with Declan Rice for Arsenal, as time is ticking down here. We're inside whatever time the referee is going to add on at this point before we go to a shootout. Here's Trossard. Trossard swings the ball in. It's headed out only as far as Odegaard. Can he get the shot in? Maybe Partey will. It takes a deflection and it goes over the crossbar, and it's going to be a corner for Arsenal. Hattie Blake says, are you covering the fourth round draw? Yes, Nick Jones will bring you the fourth round draw. At the end of the game, I will be making my exit, but we'll take a break, and then when the draw is getting ready to start, Nick Jones will be on to cover the fourth round draw for you all. The corner is coming in now for Martin Odegaard. Odegaard swings the ball into the 6-yard box. The heads go up, this time by Gabriel. It's bouncing around there, and Tyrell Malacia just clears the ball out. And here is Trossard. Tries to find Gabriel, and it's cleared away. And the ball across there to Saliba. Time ticking down now. We've played the additional minute. And here is Sterling. Sterling, good ball to Thomas Partey, swings it in, it's cleared away by Diallo. The shot from Declan Rice is over the crossbar, and that is it. We are going to penalties. And, well, we're going to get a penalty shootout. I am just going to set up my score sheet here for that. Penalties. And it's going to be interesting to see who steps up for these penalties. This game certainly really would have been the tie of the round. It's not been a classic by any stretch of the imagination, but we have seen a lot of incidents and we have seen a lot of chances. And we've seen a red card, a controversial penalty. Actually, there was no controversy about it. It wasn't a penalty, but it was given. And Bayindir had saved it, so he will go perhaps into this game with some sort of an advantage psychologically. We'll wait and see whether that is the case. But for the time being, the players are just organising themselves now. We'll just stay with you We're not going to take a break. Chris Unwin says it's going to be interesting to see who Amorim picks for the penalty takers for Manchester United. Well, I got to tell you, I am super excited to see what both managers are going to pick for the penalties, because there's an array of talent out there, and I have to say, it could go either way. I don't want to be the one predicting this, because this could really go either way, to be honest. But Altay Bayindir just being spoken to by Andre Onana, whispering into his ear, probably the idea, just going over some of his perhaps his preparation. In fact, there is the coaching staff surrounding Altay Bayindir, all wanting to give him advice, and I'm not sure whether advice is he doesn't need it all being rammed into his head. Hattie Blake said, I remember when United lost 11-10 against Villarreal in the Europa League. During the penalty shootout, I won't be reading any of the chat out just because it changes back and forward so often. So I'll take the time now to thank you all for commenting. I really, really appreciate it. And I hope you've all enjoyed the game so far. Yes, Russ, we know you said penalties would happen. But you see the ball across here. As we're just looking at some of the replays. That super save by David Raya. And yes, that's looking at that. The more and more I look at that, the more and more I see it. Now we're going to see a flip of the coin here now, and the two captains are going to decide which end of the field they are going to be taken from. And at the moment, it should be very, very interesting. Looks like Manchester United might have won the toss to take the first one, and I would argue that it would be Bruno Fernandes that probably will do that. He's got the ball in his hand. Altay Bayindir still receiving instructions. I don't think it's a good idea to fill a goalkeeper's head with all of these different types of instructions. I mean, I think you've really got to kind of leave it up to the goalkeeper to, I mean, I'm sure he will have prepared for the possibility of penalties. David Raya being left on his own. But he's going to face, I think, the first penalty from Bruno Fernandes. The goalkeepers will receive a talking to from the official to make sure that they are aware that if they move off the line with both feet, that the penalty will be retaken. It looks like Manchester United may have won the toss on both occasions here to take the first penalty and to take the to where they're going to kick, because they are kicking towards the Manchester United fans. So Bruno Fernandes is ready to step up with the first penalty now. And it's going to be Bruno Fernandes. He's going to step up. I wonder whether Martin Odegaard will take a penalty. That might be interesting. He's already missed one in this game, of course. David Raya now just getting ready to take his place on the goal line. Maybe just making Fernandes wait. Gamesmanship a little bit by David Raya as Bruno Fernandes steps up. He's a chief penalty taker for Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes holds, just waiting now. Fernandes steps up and he sends David Raya the wrong way, and Manchester United score the first penalty. And it was really a very calm penalty by Bruno Fernandes, sending David Raya the wrong way. This was a great penalty by Bruno Fernandes, and I think it actually hit the camera that was right up on the goal, as you can see there. Stepping up for, it is Martin Odegaard, I think. He's already missed one. A psychological advantage will be in favour of Bayindir. Odegaard has already missed one penalty. And he steps up now. Is he going to be able to put it away this time? Odegaard steps up, and this time sends the goalkeeper the wrong way, and feels a great deal better about himself. It was a nice penalty, went the same way as Bruno Fernandes, and sent the goalkeeper the wrong way. And it was a good finish by Odegaard. Certainly a much better penalty this time. As now the stepping up for Manchester United. Let's see who it is. Oh, it's Amad Diallo, the young man. He's stepping up now for Manchester United, and against David Raya. Looks a little nervous, I have to say. Diallo steps up. Oh, it was a superb penalty. Absolutely superb. Struck into the left hand, into the goalkeeper's left-hand corner. It really was an excellent penalty, sending David Raya the wrong way once again. As the United fans celebrate. Coming up for Arsenal now is Kai Havertz. Not sure how much of a good idea this is, given the type of game he's had, but he is now stepping up for Arsenal. And Altay Bayindir on his line. As a worried look on the Arsenal fans' faces. Here is Kai Havertz. Oh, it's a shocking penalty. What a super save by Altay Bayindir, but a shocking penalty. And that's Kai Havertz's day complete. That is epitome of Kai Havertz's day. That really was a dreadful penalty, but you give credit to Bayindir. He certainly could read what Kai Havertz was doing. And he gets across well and gets a hand on it and puts it wide, and it's advantage Manchester United. So Altay Bayindir celebrates, and stepping up now for Manchester United, it's Lenny Yoro. I think it's Lenny Yoro anyway. Yes, it is. It's Lenny Yoro, and he steps up against David Raya. Lenny Yoro, and oh, that was a cute penalty. Sends David Raya the wrong way. That really was an outstanding penalty. Just sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. It was the faintest of penalties, and right into the right-hand corner. There was no way, I think, even if Raya had gone the right way, that he would have saved that. The placing of it was outstanding. And for Manchester United now, it is, sorry, for Arsenal now, it is Declan Rice. So it's Declan Rice stepping up for Arsenal now. He needs to score. He cannot afford to miss this, or Manchester United are one kick away from winning it. Declan Rice steps up. He takes a deep breath. Steps up against Bayindir and into the corner. Bayindir goes the right way once again, and it goes into the corner though. And Manchester United now will take their fourth penalty. It's a good penalty kick there from Declan Rice. Bayindir going the right way, but it was beautifully placed by the England international. And it's stepping up now is Lisandro Martinez for Manchester United, as he steps up to face the goalkeeper David Raya, who's been sent the wrong way on every penalty for Manchester United so far. Here's Martinez, and he goes down the middle and scores, and once again David Raya goes the wrong way, and now Arsenal have to score this penalty. And just trying to see now who's going to take this one for Arsenal, but they have to score this penalty if they are to stay in this. It's match point Manchester United really at this stage. United fans already celebrating. It's going to be Thomas Partey that steps up, and he must score. Otherwise, this game is over. Thomas Partey steps up against Altay Bayindir. And he waits on his line. Thomas Partey steps up, down the middle, and Thomas Partey scores, forcing the 5th penalty for Manchester United, which if they score, they will win. We'll just take a look at this. It was right down the middle. It was a good penalty by Thomas Partey. Bayindir going the wrong way this time. And stepping up to take the penalty is Joshua Zirkzee. And he steps up against David Raya. If he scores, United go through. Joshua Zirkzee steps up and he scores, and Manchester United sends David Raya the wrong way again, and Joshua Zirkzee sends Manchester United through to the FA Cup 4th round at the Emirates Stadium. And that is an excellent result for Manchester United. They so desperately needed it with the season that they were having, and they got it today. Arsenal, well, they can look to misses from 2 from Kai Havertz, as well as and the third with a penalty miss. They can look to opportunities that they didn't take in the second half, but it's full time here, and it is Arsenal 3, Manchester United 5 on penalty kicks. And well, let's just run through the scores today, and then we're going to take a break. So I'll just go through the scores for you from today. We'll then take a break, and Nick will be back with the 4th round draw. So today, Doncaster beat Hull 5-4 on penalties. Tottenham beat Tamworth 3-0. Manchester United, of course, winning 5-3 on penalties. Crystal Palace 1, Stockport County 0. Ipswich 3, Bristol Rovers 0. Newcastle 3, Bromley 1. Southampton 3, Swansea 0 is the latest there. We'll be back on Wednesday night for coverage of the North London Derby. Join me for that one. I'll be there bringing that one for you. We're going to take a short break now, and Nick will be back with the with the FA Cup 4th round draw. I want to thank everyone for commenting today. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate you taking the time to listen. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you, and bye for now.
Thank you, Paul, for our commentary, for his super commentary of Arsenal against Manchester United, which ultimately went to penalties, with the Red Devils coming out with the Red Devils coming out on top. Good evening and welcome to the FA Cup fourth round draw. I'm your alternative presenter, Nicholas Jones, and the amazing thing is there are a smattering of EFL clubs left in both the Championships, League One and League Two. We're just only a few minutes away from the draw. Martin Keown will be drawing the home sides, and Mark Schwarzer, two-time FA Cup semi-finalist with Middlesbrough, will be drawing the away sides. So certain clubs to look out for. So some clubs to look out for in the draw include Doncaster Rovers, Wycombe Wanderers, and Plymouth Argyle. Plus including the likes of Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester United, of course. We'll just take a look at other clubs we should also look out for as well. Exeter City, Burnley, and Aston Villa. So Millwall or Dagenham and Redbridge. That's it. Millwall or Dagenham and Redbridge. That is still yet to be played. That will be played tomorrow evening. Liverpool, Chelsea, Plymouth Argyle, as already mentioned, Spurs, and Newcastle United are the first of the selected ball numbers. We should also not discount Fulham, Crystal Palace, and Wycombe Wanderers, as already mentioned. So the balls are now being put into the bowl as Mark shakes the balls out of the bag, and the customary check just to make sure that no balls are left behind. And Martin puts his hand into the bowl to draw the first ball out, and the first number out, number 2, Manchester United. So we're straight down to business with the winner of our game being picked out, and Manchester United will be hosting number 20, Leicester City. So that looks so an all Premier League tie at Old Trafford. Next ball out, number 27. And number 27, Leeds United beat Harrogate Town 1-0 yesterday. And they get number 9, Millwall or Dagenham and Redbridge. That's the game which will be played tomorrow. And the next ball out is number 7. And number 7 is Brighton and Hove Albion. At the Amex, the Seagulls will get number 13, Chelsea. Another all Premier League tie. And the next ball to come out, number 12. And number 12 is Preston, North End or Charlton Athletic. And the winners will get number 25. Wycombe Wanderers beat Portsmouth on Friday. Next one out, number 3, Exeter City, the League One side at St James's Park. The Grecians will get number 28. And number 28 is Nottingham Forest, doing really well in the Premier League. Number 22 is the next ball out. Coventry City beat Sheffield Wednesday yesterday evening. And the Sky Blues will get number 30, Ipswich Town. And the next ball out of the bowl is number 14, Blackburn Rovers. The Championship side at Ewood Park will face number 11. And number 11 is Wolverhampton Wanderers. And the next ball out, number 16. Number 16, Mansfield Town or Wigan Athletic. And the winners will get number 31, Fulham. So a trip to Fulham beckon. Fulham, the visitors, for the winners. Number 26, Birmingham City, flying high in League One. And they will get number 23, Newcastle United, who beat Bromley 3-1. And the next ball out, number 21, Plymouth Argyle, astounded everyone by beating a Premier League side in Brentford at home park. The Pilgrims will get number 10. And number 10 is Liverpool. Next one out, number 24, Everton. Beat Peterborough United mere hours after sacking Sean Dyche as manager. And at Goodison Park, they get number 15, Bournemouth. The next one out, number 6, Aston Villa. Another decent side in the Premier League. And they host number 17, Tottenham. So another trip for Spurs. Number 1 is Southampton or Swansea City, currently ongoing. And the next ball out is number 5, Burnley. Squeaked through an extra time against Reading. Number 4 is the next ball out, and that is Leyton Orient or Derby County. The match was meant to be played yesterday, but was postponed due to bad weather conditions. And the winners will get number 8, Manchester City. What a game that would be for Leyton if they beat Derby. Number 18 is Doncaster Rovers. 1-0 against Hull City on penalties. And the next ball out, number 32, Crystal Palace. So we're now down to the last 2 balls. Number 19, Stoke City, the Championship side. And at the Bet365 Stadium, they will get number 29, Cardiff City. A side that beats high-flying championship side Sheffield United on Friday. So that concludes the draw of the 4th round and also our extended coverage of the FA Cup 4th round. And Hattie Blake, one last comment. Bye-bye, Leyton Derby. Well, we shall see. And the ties will be played between the 7th and 10th of February. Some sides that look worth interesting could well be Preston or Charlton against Wickham, Exeter against Nottingham Forest, but also Plymouth against Liverpool. They faced each other in the cup before. Doncaster against Crystal Palace. That could be worth watching as well. And I've said it before, but I'll say it again. Never underestimate EFL sides in the cup, despite them not being in the Premier League. They can still give Premier League clubs a run for their money. And that's it. And that's it for our coverage. Thank you very, very much for staying with us for just over 3 hours. We really do appreciate it. I've been Nicholas Jones. Have a great rest of your Sunday, and we'll see you very, very soon. Good night.